That was the last he saw of him. He ran down the river trying to find the dog.
This is your pug story.
He was tore up. Yes, he was tore up.
I bet he was.
Well, he only knew the dog for like a week. He only knew the dog for like a week, and I'm like, how did this happen?
Today we chose the Kish Inox Tech Expo. So what is the Kish Inox Tech Expo? I'm glad you asked. It's an annual international event serving as a platform to showcase Iran's economic and technological capabilities. And this year, attendees were treated to Mr. and Miss Data. They're actually a pair of humanoid robots. I know it's like Russia's in on the game, China's in on the game, the U.S. is definitely doing their thing. But the impressive robots, they even interacted with visitors. Miss Robot, the quote-unquote female version, explained to attendees that it was, quote, in a blockchain space, and that together with her male counterpart, it is a collection of data that works together in a shared data code. Now, people were very impressed with the Iranian ingenuity. And the robots, they were fluid, they were actually very articulate. And then people noticed that they blinked, they breathed, but more accurately, they also had acne scars because they were people that they simply tried to dress up as androids. Yeah.
There's a common critique over here that is as far as the media goes and the people that they put on the media for interviews. That tends to be the loud minority, as it were. The people that know very little about what it is that they're talking about, but they say it very, very loud. Or as they say in the South, well, you know what they say, an empty wagon makes a lot of noise.
That's a good saying.
That is a true saying.
Yeah.
They are loud as hell.
Yeah, it's another. It dates back to the ancient days. It can be traced all the way back to Plato. Essentially, it means an empty-headed simpleton talks a lot more than an intelligent person.
Now, you should read some of his quotes. They're spectacular.
Plato, really?
Yeah, Aristotle. They had a way of kind of insulting everyone, but make it sound important. And generally, it was just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Basically, they're saying, the more you talk, the dumber you are. And the reason I support that is we do a talk show. Just throwing it out there. You guys are so stupid.
I don't think people are learning anything from this.
Right. We all know that.
Are you smarter?
We all know that guy. Sometimes you see him from a few streets away, and why are we avoiding him? Well, we avoid him because, quite frankly, he's nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut festival.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty good.
It's unsurprisingly not used to describe actual nuts, but in this case, in which nutty is akin to crazy, you have to know your company in order to use this one effectively, they say.
Very descriptive.
Sorry you guys don't know how to utilize
with
the
provolone.
greatness of the
Look,
ciabatta bread.
ciabatta itself was a mistake because the guy, the baker that was making ciabatta, he was attempting to recreate either like French bread or baguette or something. He was trying to mimic something else. And it didn't quite happen, so he just gave it a different name.
A dude
But it
dropped a
was a
burrito into a
mistake.
deep fryer, and now we have chimichangas.
That was genius.
Yep.
That was not genius, that was an
serendipitous.
accident.
It was an accident, but look, a lot of children walking around now.
Lysol was made to clean
accidents.
vaginas, okay?
Beautiful people.
Nachos.
Sometimes one thing has an intention, and then you come up with something great.
Lysol was not developed to clean vaginas. It was developed as an antiseptic, but I want to say it's during like the big cholera outbreak or something. But when they got a handle on it, Lysol said, well, people are going to stop buying it, so now let's switch it to.
We're going to take the Gwyneth Paltrow route.
Just going back real quick on the record, though. Your defense was that ciabatta shouldn't be eaten because it's a mistake.
No,
so then on
because
that
it
same
tastes like
token,
crap.
you can't say you like the chimichanga. So both mistakes can be both ways.
Hey, my argument was that he screwed up, making a mistake. That's not why it's bad. It's bad because that's what he ended up with.
The dog is down by the river.
Right.
It is a river bank, so there's kind of a slope, okay? My buddy's kind of up on the hill more so than down by the water. The dog just wanted to check out the water.
Sure, he did.
Now, when he's trying to get the dog with the leash, he's kind of pulling it to get it back up off the bank because he's too close to the water. And when he pulls the leash,
It just...
the collar comes off the top of its head because it was too loose, and then and then he starts running down the riverbank. This is horrible.
Wait, did he chase it at all?
Yes, for like a mile, trying to see if he can find
terrible,
it.
man.
I know it is terrible. We should not be laughing at this.
We should not.
But I still like.
They already have breathing issues, man.
I know that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I started
I
laughing.
don't know if they're the best swimmers either.
Because we're talking about
Probably
pugs.
not. No.
Just a
No.
freaking potato in the river, man.
Oh my God, it's really happened. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
We're not downing you. It's just bad.
I'm having a really hard.
He chased it.
I'm really having a hard time not saying
This
his
is
name.
like Milo and Otis, except
Yeah.
for Otis didn't make it. We all, I feel like, felt this way last week after we enjoyed a little Thanksgiving dinner, and man, oh man, I am full as a tick.
Okay.
What do they expand like 5 times the size of their body?
Pretty much,
yeah.
You don't hear it too often, but it's used to describe when you've eaten so much that you're about to burst. Conjures up the images of a deer tick that's engorged with blood and is about to burst.
Which is a beautiful image.
It really is.
They gotta eradicate the tick.
They really do.
But if they did, then we'd find out whatever good they're doing that no one is aware of. You know, it's the Black Plague. They eat that.
You heard of the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
In
I
theory,
don't know what they do. I do
They
not
gotta
like
be
them.
doing something, or we would have gotten rid of them.
We all heard about the incident that went down at the bar over there. Somebody just gone off, man. He's fit to be tied.
Oh, yeah. Definitely heard that one.
It's an old phrase used to describe someone who is furious, angry, agitated. It is believed to take back to a time when mental institutions were more common across America, and would describe a patient in an insane asylum that would need to be tied down with straps.
I've usually heard that they were talking about themselves. They are super pissed off, and they're trying not to react as violently as they'd like to, and they say, I am fit to be tied.
Yeah.
Which meant leave me alone or I will kill you.
Chunky Butt Funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky Butt Funk Chuck, the chunky butt flunker, with his fat, funky fork. The way that we do Ted versus the FCC is 1 time through, then 3 times fast.
Please pronounce those N's, Ted.
He doesn't have a problem with it when I'm around.
Throw them ends out, Ted. Come on, hit them ends.
Don't talk about the pitcher while he's throwing a no-hitter.
Thanks for printing this out, Miles.
You got it.
Usually it's just an email. I like you actually put some space in here.
I did.
Ted can read.
Ted Reed.
Ted Reed.
All right. Chunky Butt Funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky Butt Funk Chuck, the chunky butt flunker, with his fat, funky fork.
3 times fast.
Chunky Butt Funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky Butt Funk Chuck, the chunky butt.
Wow, man. Damn. Oh, man.
The river was too fast.
Call it with your bug stores. That poor guy called from a bug rescue.
Well, I
And Miles was like, oh.
I got a bug story. Well, as soon as he said the river, he said the river. So I'm like, that's the river where the dog went in.
Tell you a pug that needed rescue up there on the river.
Oh, my God. He's like, we're looking at the bald eagles, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know.
That bald eagle was looking at that
I
fucking
was gonna say,
water,
it feels
too.
like your buddy was just tempting this pug with danger.
Well, the bug wanted to go down to the river.
Of
Right,
course
but
it
if
is.
I would not, if I
My
had
kids want to put a
You know,
fork in an electric socket, man. But just stop
you,
them.
you know when your dog is got its eyes on something and you try to pull
Right,
it,
right.
he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, look, it was just the angle of it. When he pulled the leash,
That'll teach him.
the color popped off the top of his head and he's gone.
And slipped.
He's gone. Because he's doing the tug of war thing too.
Right.
He's trying not to go up that hill. And as soon as
Right, it's like letting go of a
as soon
rope.
as the tension's gone.
Right. Thump. Damn.
This is not funny.
I know it's not. It's just what happened. I mean, I'm not telling you to laugh about this. Ted's not laughing.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,439. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the men's room. I'll tell you today, your guess is as good as mine. Categories: the NFL experience and the worst cities for traffic. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Tig.
Clack, clack.
All right, here we go. Florida man pulled over with guns, night vision goggles, a battering ram, and weed is found all in his car. Meanwhile, firefighters rescue a dog after wandering out on a frozen lake a little too far. Man is arrested for carjacking, steals the same car again. A kidney transplant patient had no idea how his life was about to end. And a black bear walks around at a Tennessee Christmas parade. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. 2,000 passengers boarded the Ada Vida cruise ship for its first ever 133-day cruise around the world. Now departed last month, it's scheduled to continue through March, in spite of the fact that a norovirus outbreak has everyone on board puking and pooping uncontrollably. Fun times. And speaking of fun times, riding a roller coaster at SeaWorld is pretty fun. Well, it is unless you get hit in the face by a bird. That's what happened to a woman in Florida, and now she's suing SeaWorld. SeaWorld is hoping to have the lawsuit dismissed, arguing that they can't control the actions of wild animals. Meanwhile, in China, they struggled to control the actions of trained animals. A performance at a zoo there was abruptly canceled after a hungry sun bear attacked its handler in front of what we might say is a shocked audience. But shockingly, there were actually no injuries, but they did cancel the show. The good times ended. But that's how it goes sometimes, right? Something that's supposed to be positive ends up going sideways. For example, and I believe Mike will talk about this later, there's a guy in need of a kidney transplant. Now, on average, you're on the list for 3 to 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. This guy lucks out. He's fortunate enough to find a donor. Good stuff, right? Wrong. Turns out that the donor had rabies. Thus, the patient got a new kidney and rabies and ended up dying. That's a weird one. Because, again, the kidney had rabies. But that's what we're talking about today. Not rabid kidneys necessarily, but you think something's going to be positive or something's going to be good, and then, well, it just ends up not being that way. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is how did a positive situation turn upside down?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock. Bitches, it's that time.
Hey, man, this is your fault.
Now, we got a couple things going on today. They both make sense. Today is Bartender Appreciation Day,
I always appreciate
which
bartenders.
I celebrate almost every day of the year.
I try to.
Yeah, sure. They say bartenders have a rich history. They have been around since ancient times across various cultures, and with over 500,000 bartenders alone in the United States.
Bam.
National Bartender Day is a big holiday to celebrate. Whether they say you go out to a bar or restaurant in your neighborhood, make a trek to a new spot in town, or share a drink with your favorite bartending friend.
Nothing
December
says,
the 5th
we appreciate you like, hey, no, we need you to be at work.
is the day to show your appreciation for all the mixologists out there. So they say, how do you show your appreciation? Tip them generously.
Tip.
Yes, increase your tip to acknowledge their hard work,
And don't order anything that needs to be muddled.
as that's most of their income when you break it right down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Say thank you. Just a simple thank you for all you do goes a long way to recognize their service. Try a new drink. Ask your bartender for their favorite cocktail or something they like to make.
What's NASCAR Spritz?
NASCAR Spritz.
Yeah.
What is a NASCAR Spritz?
You order a Miller High Life in a bottle, kind of drinks them out of the neck, and then you add some Aperol.
Oh. Where are you going to find Miller High Life in a bottle?
At our local watering hole.
Oh, they have it.
Oh, absolutely.
They do.
Yeah.
That's not an easy one to find in the greater
and,
Seattle area.
Ted and my wife both enjoy the NASCAR Spritz.
Yeah. You go outside of Seattle. I swear to God, there's a ton of Miller products. There's always a Miller beer on tap. Best we can do here is typically a Miller High Life, whether it's in a pony or something like that. But yeah. They say be respectful. Be polite, monitor your alcohol intake.
But just today.
And make safe plans for getting home. And they say just, support the industry in general. Visit your local bars and restaurants, especially those with your favorite bartenders, to show the ongoing support.
But just today. The rest of the time, you could be that drunken, disrespectful, low-tip a-hole you've always been.
That's right. And you know what else today is, Ted?
Friday.
It is Friday. It is also Repeal Day. You see,
Oh, yeah.
back in 1933...
Nice.
Following the signature of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the United States ended a 13-year experiment with the increasingly unpopular nationwide prohibition of alcohol. So it's National Repeal Day. Today, December 5th. They say if you enjoy alcohol, this is a great opportunity to celebrate your legal freedom to consume it.
Damn right.
And while popular opinion tends to suggest that prohibition probably failed, it did succeed in cutting overall alcohol consumption in half during the 1920s.
Yeah, because it was during Prohibition.
So what did that mean? That meant zero tax revenues, and alcohol was zeroed out. That was the beginning of the Depression, pretty much.
Yeah, there you go.
You
man.
also have to factor in the amount of violence that upped because of bootlegging, and you created an illegal market.
And you had worse alcohol because bootlegging leads to stupid things.
Yeah.
Right?
They say given a dangerous flapper-style edge to the consumption of alcohol in illegal speakeasies also may have contributed to a whole cult around alcohol consumption, further glamorizing it to a point.
I will say, though, one good thing that came out of speakeasies is it helped kind of integrate us a little more.
It absolutely
Because then it was like, oh, yeah, like
You got money, I'll serve you booze.
correct. The jazz singers were super popular, and they
It
were
was
like,
a
we need
huge
entertainment.
gig for jazz singers, man. It really was.
That's right. They say so if you own any flapper-style costumes, this is the time of year to pull
And
them
who
out.
doesn't?
Yeah, I got a flapper-style costume.
Everybody
at
break
home.
out your flapper-style costume.
So not only is it Bartender Appreciation Day, but it's also Repeal Day. So today we celebrate with LMFAO and Lil Jon.
I think I know the words.
Sing along. Sing it home.
God, it's a good song.
Does it make you want to do one?
Yes.
Yes. We should do a shot.
Yeah, I think we should.
Why not? It's Friday.
And we're celebrating the repeal of Prohibition.
Positive Friday.
I don't have a flapper costume, so that's the best I can do.
Yeah. So LMFAO and Little John doing shots. Take it on.
Few bands that if you just say the name of the band, if you're pulled over, you will be arrested for drunk driving. Just look at a cop and
I used
say,
to have a
Chumbawamba.
I used to have an autographed poster of all the members of Chumbawamba.
Congratulations.
I know. That's right.
What
Lucky
happened to
SOB.
it?
I don't know.
You wrapped some fish in it and
I
sent
have
it to
no
them.
idea what happened. Yeah.
How many members are in Chumbawamba?
Like 8,
Full-
9.
Okay, that's what I picked.
No,
Like
no,
one of
I do
these-
remember the poster. There's a ton of guys on the.
It looks like the Dave Matthews Band out
He
there.
drinks the whiskey drink. He drinks the vodka drink.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Chumbawamba and Tub Thumping. Take it on now. LMFAO and Little John with shots.
And what
Vote
is
now.
this song about? What is tub thumping about?
So tub thumping is like when you stand on top of a tub and you're like preaching. You know, like
All
in
right.
England in that one square, they have all those people.
yeah, but what does it have to do with drinking? Or are they just saying like,
I want to say this.
Like
isn't
a
it-
soapbox, essentially. Same idea.
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you, Miles. That's a better explanation.
Yeah.
I think he's just getting hammered or something. It's one of those fun songs that has some dark, sad meaning.
okay, I got drunk, got on my soapbox, and all right.
One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and toast with the shot of the day. Follow us on X at Men's Room Live and get to voting now on Bad Choice Friday. Okay, look, Coats for Kids is going on.
Correct.
We're doing real well as far as the total so far. I want to say that Ryan said we were up at maybe $15,000, $16,000
A little bit over 16,000 as of this morning.
as of today. If you have $25, that $25 donation will put a coat on a kid this winter who needs one.
Mm-hmm.
There are 300,000 kids in Washington State that live in poverty, and the goal is 2,500 coats. Obviously, if we can do better than that, that would be great. Just know that $25 is going to put an American-made coat on a kid who needs one in the area. So
and it can be aggregate. So even if you got $2, throw it into the pot, man.
The Washington State Council of Firefighters, they do an amazing job with for Operation Warm and Coats for Kids, and we need your help. So during the show today, if you want to contribute a little bit, hell, if you give $100, call us up and we say, what good did you do? You say, I gave $100 for Coats for Kids. 4 kids.
Yes.
4 kids will have a brand new coat this winter. So you're doing good on that, and we need your help. So if you can, please donate now at KISW.com. But it doesn't mean all the time when you try to do good that it always works out. Hopefully, you could share some stories today about people who have done you a solid.
Sure.
Within your lifetime. Hopefully, you have paid that back, paid that forward in one way or another. And look, man, it's kind of hard sometimes to just talk about these types of things. And I know that sounds, no one wants to beat their own chest because they did something good. It almost sounds like a humble brag, but it's not.
Oh, no, I would. I just haven't done anything particularly nice.
All right. You give money to charity every year.
I do.
A variety of them, right?
All I would ask is, I do, and it's one of those things that we've been doing for years, and you kind of forget who you've been doing it for, because honestly, it's been 20 years. So it's just something that comes out of the check. Now that it is December, honest to God, 9 out of every 10 text messages I get are from the charities that I donate to.
Wonderful.
Sort of.
Well,
it's
they
like,
want your money. They want your money.
I do it every month.
I want your money. You
I
can
know.
donate to me.
But it's like I do it every month, guys. Why are you bugging me? Like, I get it. It's cool, but I swear to God, like, my phone keeps lighting up. And it's just all, and I'm like, oh, right. I forgot I gave you guys
Look,
money.
your wife, she gives more than anybody I think.
Jesus Christ, dude.
As far as her time, as far as her effort with not just your children, but their school, their schoolmates, their classmates, their teachers. I know
everyone.
Yes, she does.
It's lovely.
She bakes. I mean, whatever's going on, if they're having a bake sale.
My house is a nightmare 100% of the time. Do you know what we got in the mail today?
What's that?
I hadn't even left the house yet. Amazon drops off a box. She's like, hey, they're here. Do you know what it is? I never know what's in the box. It's kind of cool. They're like fake snowballs for indoors. All right, so
you can throw them and not break anything.
You can throw them because she is hosting and has put together and has spent quite a lot of money and time organizing this thing for some of the little kids tomorrow at the school. They all watch the movie Elf. All right. Mm-hmm. So, and she's making sure they get fed. There's a bunch of logistics that go into it that I try to ignore, but I can't. But she ordered these snowballs because one of the things they're going to do, unsolicited, it was her and her friend's idea, when it gets to the snowball scene in the movie, they're going to pause it. And little do these children know, they're going to get their hands on probably about 50 of these fake snowballs each, and they get to have this massive inside snowball fight. And I'm like, that's actually really awesome. I love you for doing that. Can you stop?
Now, look, with us.
Have you thrown one yet?
I haven't. I wanted to. We were literally walking out the door when she opened it, and she put it in my hand, and I almost brought one into work, but I didn't because I'm like, I know what will happen if I bring one of these snowballs. We would not get through the show.
Now, if you happen to enjoy a Mincer Molade's Holiday Porter over the weekend, all right, it's only available on tap. It's a limited release. Delicious grandma's rum balls, hints of orange, vanilla, and seasonal spices in there. Fantastic porter. But just know, even if you're just sitting in a bar and you order one of our beers from Black Raven, then a portion of the net proceeds go to the three Fisher homes. When you buy the San Juan Sunset Mincer Roasted Red Sauce.
KISW.
Hello, Michelle. So away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,439. What a large charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat on this beautiful Monday afternoon.
It is beautiful, man.
Really nice.
Good God,
there.
yeah.
Exciting return of your guest is as good as mine as football season is kind of winding down a little bit. We have for you today our categories. The NFL experience and the worst cities just released today for traffic in the United States of America.
Two separate lists. All right.
Two separate lists.
So, like the best NFL experiences, I guess? If you go to
these are the most expensive. So, as far as your experience goes, JustGamblers.com, of all people to study this, they based this on the NFL game day experience and expenses, which includes the price of a ticket, the price for beer, just regular domestic beer, the price for a hot dog, and parking. And then they average those all together, And they came up with the 10 most expensive NFL teams for fans.
I'm going to guess the Cowboys have to be one of them. My dad still bitches about going to that stadium, right? The stadium's cool, that's great. But he's like, man, they have a contract with, I think it's Miller Lite.
Yep.
So that's the only beer, basically, that you could get. And then they were like $24, every time he got a beer.
right.
He's like, it's freaking ridiculous, man. And then the point he made, he said the stadium is so cool because of that huge video board. He's like, you realize no one looks at the field. Everyone watches
Right.
the game. Yeah, so he's like, I spent all this goddamn money basically to watch a TV screen at the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Now, believe it or not, as expensive as Seattle is for just about everything, and we know this to be a fact. I ordered 4 cheeseburgers for lunch today from McDonald's.
Yeah.
$37.
Damn,
With
man.
all the-
$37.
with all the fees to get it delivered.
$37. All right. Now, believe it or not, the Seattle Seahawks, for as expensive as everything is here, they're 22nd in the league.
All right, so we get reasonable prices
I mean,
as far
there's
as football
32
goes.
teams?
Yeah.
So for the most part, one of the cheaper things that you can do in Seattle, which sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, is go watch the Seahawks at home.
Yeah. Go to an NFL game. Save money.
Oh, it's insane. Some of those games last weekend were $5, including your Seattle Seahawks playing in Atlanta. That was a $5 ticket to get into that game yesterday.
And Atlanta does a really good job with their concessions.
I've heard that.
They do. Actually, they do. They do very well. They've got, what do they got? They got
$5.
They've got a $6 beer, which is not bad. And they got a $2 hot dog.
See, that's the winner right there, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, all things considered. Now, when you start getting into the world, believe it or not, Seattle would do better if it wasn't for one key stat that they included.
Parking?
Parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, parking's
Parking.
ridiculous.
Oh, they get you on that for
I mean,
sure.
Seattle would have fallen a lot. It'd have been a much more affordable experience if you just didn't drive to the stadium.
That's the only thing I hear people bitch about when they go to the games. Honestly, it's the parking. It's not the prices of the stuff. It's just parking.
Yep. Then a report looked into traffic congestion across the country and found that the typical driver lost 49 hours in 2025. That is a 6-hour jump from last year.
Damn.
On average, congestion resulted in $894 worth of time lost per driver, costing the country, believe it or not, about $85 billion. That is an increase of 11% over the previous year.
Damn.
So
That's pretty bad,
And
man.
Seattle is one of those towns where it got much worse than the rest of the country. So we've got the 10 worst cities if you're going to be stuck in traffic and driving, and we have the most expensive experiences, so to speak, in the NFL. It's coming up with your guess is as good as mine at 4:30. And today on the question, we're going to talk about what seems like something that you would look forward to, something that you would be excited about doing, an experience that you would like to enjoy, but every once in a while, bad things can happen.
Yeah, without a doubt.
As far as just your overall experience. I know, Steve, you mentioned last week about someone who's very excited to go see a concert, and they were only there for a couple songs.
Yeah, they, yeah. I will not dime out
exactly,
this person, but
no.
I had said, hey, because they've been talking about this concert for months leading up to it, and Ted, you know this person, I'll tell you off air. And so finally, I said, hey, man, how was the show? And I'm at the bar, so she's headed to the bathroom. She's like, oh, it was great, and thanks again. So, hey, no worries. And she walks out of the bathroom and she says, look, I can't lie to you. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I don't really make the show. I'm like, what happened? She's like, oh, no, we pre-gamed. I did not eat. And, oh, yeah. So I think maybe a song had played before she got booted. Right? Security asked her to leave, but then as a result, what made it worse was she was there with some other friends, so they kind of all had to go. So she's like, yeah, some people are very unhappy with me right now. So I said, look, man, you don't have to apologize to me. When it's stuff like that, I'm like, believe me, I'm a veteran of that type of thing. But she was so excited for months and months, always going on about it, got the tickets, man, and yeah, booted by the first song. It's like, damn.
Oh, so it wasn't even like, I got too drunk, I got to leave. Like, security was like, you got to go.
Yeah, security was like,
that's
hey,
a different level.
That's the difference. You can police yourself and say, you know what? I drank too much. I'm going to go home. All right, that's one thing. It's different when security walks up and says, hey, you cannot be here, man. And then, so the whole thing went down in flames. I felt bad. I'm like,
We know how much a ticket costs to go see
oh, God,
go to
yeah.
a show.
It was a climate pledge, man.
I mean, I'm just laughing because it's funny, but trust me, yeah.
I mean, the whole night's
We've
going to
been
cost
there.
money when you go out to, have a few drinks beforehand, maybe get some food.
Well, and you're so
all those
amped
things.
up,
Take
especially
an
if you're
Uber
going
in.
you're going to a show, you're all excited.
Yeah. And half the time, it could just be based on, maybe how drunk you get, or just something that happens that you don't expect. And we'll start with the story.
That is the last person I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. And she felt really bad. And I'm like, look, man, don't feel bad on my behalf.
I feel bad now because that person's so nice.
All the time.
Yeah.
Right. Always keeps it together, right? Real sweet.
Yeah.
And this is the one time. And I'm like, unfortunately, I was at the show that you wanted to see, man. But I'm like, I get it. Like, so I was just telling her, I understand you feel bad. You could tell that she felt bad about it. But I'm like, don't feel bad on my behalf. Just feel bad for you.
Right.
Well, look, it happened this summer, right? Me and my buddies, we went out to the Gorge for the Outlaw Country Festival.
All right.
Right? So I forget who the opener was, but we got in there. We saw Billy Strings. Beautiful day, Memorial Day weekend. And then I just don't personally care for Bob Dylan. Like, I respect what he's done for music.
Sure. Yeah, I'm right there
I
with
just
you.
didn't grow, like, for whatever, like, my parents didn't play. I just didn't grow up with a ton of Dylan. But we're at that bar down there, like, right next to the stage, right? And I look over, my buddy Rob, he's having a moment, right? I didn't realize how important Bob Dylan was to him.
Okay.
And about song 5 ends, and then wind picked up, and Bob Dylan said, I got to leave the stage because there's a weather advisory.
Oh, see?
I just,
And how many more times is Bob Dylan going to be around?
I
How many
saw
more
he
times is he
announced
gonna
the tour
tour?
today. He ain't coming here.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, to me, I was kind of like, oh, weather delay. But I looked over, and you could just see the emotion draining out of Rob's body.
That sucks, man.
And he goes, "This is really all I came for."
Oh, man.
Sorry, bud.
So sad. Well, that's kind of what we're talking about today. You thought it was going to be a positive situation somehow. Depending on what the factor is, it turns upside down. So they say cruise clusters of norovirus are making their presence felt this year. And it's been a while. Believe it or not, it's been a few years. The latest outbreak logged on Ada Cruises' first ever around the world cruise.
Yeah, this is their maiden voyage,
This is
man.
the Poseidon type of situation. The German cruise line, this, by the way, is a brand new vessel. It's the Adia Diva. It departed Hamburg on November 10th for a 133-day trip. Stop scheduled in the UK, the United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, South Africa, and Japan.
Wow.
All right. But passengers began experiencing vomiting and diarrhea after a stop in Boston. Then that continued on to New York and then Miami. Now, according to the CDC, 95, about 100 of the 2,000 passengers and 6 crew have fallen ill. The
So
cruise
far.
line, and you don't just get off the boat.
No.
You got to, I mean, you're going around the world. I mean, it's going to take 133 days. You fight this out. I mean, you don't get off in New York and I'll just fly home.
No, that's not how it works.
This is something
Right.
you've been planning for years. This cruise is sold out. It has been for years.
Really?
It's been sold out for 5 years. Look, they went to build this boat
Okay.
and said we're going to do this. This boat is going to be able to handle this. It's going to have all the new bells and whistles, and we're going to take it around the world.
All right.
So when you sign up for this thing 5 years ago, like, look, can you imagine signing up for something right now? It's going to be 5 years ago. Normally, it only happens if it's a Metallica concert,
Right.
or something like that. But
Yeah, you got to
to
really plan stuff out 5 years ahead.
to look that far down the road, situationally, and you pay for all that stuff. So
All of it,
It's already
yeah.
been paid for. But the cruise line says it responded by ramping up cleaning protocols and isolating those passengers who were sick. Now, norovirus has been the main culprit behind most cruise ship gastrointestinal outbreaks. Of 21 CDC reported cruise outbreaks, 16 were tied to the norovirus. It was linked last year to 15 of 18 outbreaks, just to give you an idea. But apparently when it hits you, it is bad. And they know the cruise ships tend to mirror wider trends ashore, where outbreaks are also on the rise. But for whatever reason, there is a new dominant strain out there. Ada pointed out this is the peak time of seasonal illness. Adding with the additional hygiene measures, cases are slowly going down on the boat, and the cruise is expected to continue until March.
Have fun with that.
So they're going to keep sailing on. But even if you're not sick, the threat of getting sick.
Yeah, just touching anything on the boat. And I like how they say, well, norovirus, it does not affect cruise ships nearly as much as just normal people on mainland. I'm like, but you could stay home.
Right.
Or you call up from work. I'm not stuck on a boat around thousands
Kick
of
it
other
away
people.
from
Yeah, exactly. That's why you hear about it.
And being that sick, not at home, is awful.
Right.
Right? If you've ever gotten sick like that on vacation, maybe you went to Mexico and drank the water where it's supposed to be, it just sucks worse.
You know what? To me, it is. It's forgetting the small things. Like I eat ice. So just to remember.
Oh, they'll remind you, man.
Remember in my brain, no matter what I do, not to chew on ice cubes after I get a Coke or whatever. Those are brushing my teeth, just dumb stuff.
But a lot of places,
Instead of
they'll
using
even
bottled
brag.
water. I don't even think about it,
Yeah, they'll tell you,
Yeah.
look, man, we use bottled water, or the ice is from a filtered system or something. But like that's a brag point at some of those restaurants.
There was a guy that had a restaurant on the beach in the Dominican Republic, and it was a seafood place, and they specialized in rock lobster.
Rock lobster.
That was butterfly down the middle, and then spatchcock grilled.
All right.
And they turn it over and fill the whole thing up with butter, serve it to your table. It is a grilled lobster. It is probably one of the best tasting lobsters I've ever had in my life. I'm not the biggest lobster fan.
Right.
This was absolutely freaking phenomenal. It was great. Also got some ceviche. I don't know what got me sick.
Probably the ceviche.
I was sick for 3 days. Now, I was only down there for 5.
Oh, man.
Because, you fly one day and you fly another day, and there's your whole week right there.
Yeah.
So for more than half of the trip, I couldn't stomach anything. I mean, anytime I would drink water, I was throwing up water. And the problem is,
Were you
too-
pooping too?
Oh, yeah. You can't just drink water out of the sink in the Dominican Republic. You got to go buy bottled water. So I got 6 of these things. As soon as I drink one, man, I throw it right back up.
Damn.
I couldn't even keep down bottled water. It was that. I mean, I was sweating. I thought when that thing hit me, I told my wife, I think I'm going to frickin' die.
Right.
I mean, I am sweating. This is also one of these hotels that a ceiling fan, but it was an older kind of like little huts. So
Yeah.
you really didn't have air conditioning. So it gets hot.
You're just hot.
So now you're just
It's
sweating
hot
and
at
sick.
night in the Dominican, and I mean, I got swamp ass.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been going to the bathroom so much, and nothing is solid. I mean, nothing is solid.
God.
And
I'm
even
guessing the ceviche, man.
even to go up and sit at the pool, I had to get in the shade. I could not sit in the sun. I was just like, I was turning into a raisin. Just like I couldn't even lay down.
Right, all dehydrated.
Because
and all
I
that.
felt so bad the entire time. We had plans. We were supposed to do this, that, and the other. There I am just... and another thing is, you're cold, but you can't put a blanket on top of you.
Right.
Because, it's too hot. But your body's cold.
But there's nothing you can do to warm up. Like the blanket won't even help.
You can't warm up on the inside. It's hot on the outside.
Sure.
You're sweating like you're in a sauna. Like we at one point in time had to call the services to come up and change the sheets because they were so soaking wet with my sweat.
God.
There was no real place for my wife to lay down without being covered in just
Sick sweat.
right. And
That's not hers.
Well, and again, if you're home, it's like at least it's your own bed
yes.
and your own stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just makes it a little bit better.
Because that's the comfort of home.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to feel that bad, wouldn't you rather be home?
And when I got off the airplane, the shuttle bus was an hour and a half or 2 hour drive up a very windy mountain road, then back down to a beach. Blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah. That's where the hospital was where the airport was. So for me to even and that shuttle bus was taking people specifically to that hotel or a couple other hotels
Yeah.
that dropped off. But either way, it wasn't like there was a ride back to the hotel to the hospital, to
Yeah.
the airport. I'd have to find a ride, through those windy roads that are gravel and, switchbacks, car
Yeah.
sickness, just
Right.
the entire thing just to get to the hospital if I wanted to go there. It sucked.
So you just waited out, basically?
I basically did, yeah. I mean, cold shower after cold shower after
How
cold
long
shower.
after you ate did this thing hit?
This was about an hour and a half.
Damn, that's it.
It was fast.
I would throw. It's got to be the ceviche.
Right. Because, I mean,
Just seems like if the lobster's cooked, it's got to help.
you're pretty safe, right? Then you have raw fish. And I know they put citrus and all that kind of thing on there, but it's like, I'm always wary of getting ceviche at a restaurant. Not for any reason other and look, I used to serve it all the time, but I felt a lot more comfortable because I had prepared it. I know what I had done. I knew my hands were washed, all that. And I'm sure it's very good. But like my mother, she'll order ceviche in a heartbeat. And she's like, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to risk it, man."
I pick and choose by the restaurant.
I mean, you get a sense,
Right,
You know,
but it's like, I don't know. If you're just slinging $2 tacos and ceviche, I'm like, I might pass it.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
the chef was he was the guy. The chef was also the waiter. It was like one of those deals where he came out, and he asked where we were from. We told him where we were from, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "I spent 5 years in D.C." And I was like, "Well, did you like it? I mean, did you enjoy living there?" He's like, "Ah man, I was in the pen." He's like, "Then I got deported down here, man." He's like, "I didn't really see much of it." He's like, "I was only there for a week before they throw my ass in jail for something."
so probably didn't love it.
He said, yeah, I didn't really have much of an experience there. How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK. When starting tonight with the lovely Jolene.
Also, for a lot of people, if you don't have a ticket to the show, still come by.
Yeah, come by anyway,
Absolutely.
man.
It's going to be a
Why
good
the hell
time.
not?
All right, a question today. Who tried to do some good and did it work out? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Peter. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Nice. So, a great story of no good deed goes unpunished. About 2 years ago, me and my dad were, I was doing Thanksgiving at my house in SeaTac. There was a homeless lady living under like a plywood piece by 7-Eleven near me, and I felt really bad for her. So I always seen her, on the way home from work. So me and my dad put together this dish. We just packed it, just full of turkey, ham, potatoes, yams, green beans. Even got a piece of pie, with some whipped cream on it. We put it nicely in containers, hooked it up in the bag, and we woke up to her. I was like, come with me, Dad. We woke up to her. She came out from underneath that little thing she was sleeping in and woke up to me, grabbed the bag, and then she freaking threw it at us and started screaming like, you MFers are working for the man, and you came here to get me or something, and all the food is just laying there on the floor. My dad, started laughing. I just kind of put my head down, and, it wasn't her fault. I'm not saying anything bad about her. Obviously, she's, mentally ill, but it was pretty funny.
Well, look,
You tried, man.
That's the part of the question. Did it work out?
Right.
Yeah.
Your heart was in the right place.
Did it work out?
You want to do the right thing. That's the response.
Hey,
And
Peter,
control that.
someone tried to help Ted get a nice Thanksgiving meal one year, and he
come on,
completely
man.
rejected them.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's still one of my favorite
Yeah,
stories.
you got it, man. Yeah.
Look, it's Sunday morning, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, right? I'm going to the market on 3rd Avenue. Dan's.
Yeah.
Right? I live in Belltown. Dan's was a great little, market. Right? Just quick stuff. But I guess the sweatshirt I was wearing, full disclosure, had a couple of stains on it or whatever. But I literally put it on. It was like, go get a Sprite, something.
Yeah.
Right, and I walk by, and that mission in the recovery center is doing like a Thanksgiving dinner. The guy's like, free dinner. Come on in. And I'm like, no, it's okay. And he's like, it's okay. It's free. And I'm just like, God. And I'm going to buy food.
Right.
And then I think when I walked back, he was even still out there like,
Hey, come on. No,
come
seriously.
on, man.
Don't be ashamed.
Don't
brother.
be ashamed. Basically, right. That's the way he was talking to me. Like, he didn't say it, but he's like, there's stains on your shirt. You're obviously not doing well. It's like, I'm living in a condo over there. I'm doing fine.
Hey, you must have been hungover or something. There's got to be more.
I'm sure I just looked like crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And generally, most people don't just stroll up and down 3rd, but I don't care.
Right, 'cause that's where you live.
But you're right. I'm probably hungover, so my eyes are droopy. I'm wearing that hoodie with just stains on it. Like the hoodie you wear around the house.
Sure.
Right? But it's 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Who's going to notice?
I don't think any of my
He
hoodies
did.
look that bad.
I know.
Don't look that bad.
Like if you
Yeah.
said dress this part, I don't think I could do it.
I would have to
try
do
to walk
something.
by that. What could you wear to walk by that and get invited in? I don't know if I've got
That's a
it.
good challenge. Find your worst clothes, whatever condition. Walk by the mission on that particular Sunday. See if they invite you in on an assumption.
Maybe like my yard shoes, my grass cutting shoes. Well,
Well, and it was, even at that time, it probably was a hoodie that was 15 years old.
It's all faded and
Right,
ratty.
so it's like, and I'm just saying, like, I would just wear it around the house all the time. So if a little food spilled on it, I wouldn't bother washing it. I was just like, all right.
I'm just saying from his perspective. He says no one who has a roof over their head would look like this in public. But that was his assumption. If you look like this,
Come on in, buddy.
and you're in public,
No, it's okay.
You can use some.
Like, did you ever go to that bar, Kelly's, on 3rd?
Yeah.
You did?
I have.
I don't know.
That was probably the most dangerous bar in town.
I did not go often.
People get stabbed in there.
Yeah.
Like, remember the writer that wrote that whole book on dive bars in Seattle?
Yeah.
Like, we had him in, and even he said, I don't go in there.
Mike
People
Seeley.
Yeah, people get stabbed in there.
Sure.
So it's like those people, like I saw people get beat up at Dan's before, so it's just like, it doesn't matter what I look like.
Right.
Barely it does.
Who tried to do some good and didn't work out? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, VD. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, God.
Hola, you sluts. How are
Hola.
What's up, dude?
Are you back in town?
you? I am. I got back Wednesday night. I landed in the lovely Pacific Northwest at about 10:16, got off the road, and slept in my own bed. It was great.
All right.
Okay. All right. Did you didn't get stuck in snow or anything like that driving through Montana?
No, not Montana. I got stuck in the snow in just west of St. Louis because I-70 was a complete crap show, and there were spinouts and there were jackknives, and I sat on the road for about 2.5 hours. I'm like, screw it. I'm getting off the road. I'm getting a room with me and my dog, Henry. I'm going and find myself something to eat. I'm going to drink whiskey. I'm going to fall asleep. And I'm going to get up in the morning and try this crap again.
Did you have to tell them that you had a dog, or did you just rent the room and sneak Henry in?
I did.
So the latter.
The latter. We get it, yeah.
Yeah, the latter.
I did that in Georgia, and it worked out just fine. But I'm like, no, I should tell the truth. So I got to wherever the hell I was in O'Fallon, Missouri, and it was a hotel where they said they accept dogs. I'm like, cool, you guys take dogs. They're like, oh, no, we have new owners. We don't take dogs. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Okay, so never mind. So I found a La Quinta.
Oh, lovely.
La Quinta, I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
just
man.
like Palm Springs, man. They're exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
La Quinta takes dogs, and it was great.
So they let you in, too.
Long story short, my uncle and I, he's 87, were going to breakfast last Tuesday or Wednesday. We stop in Woodstock, Georgia, and on the way there, the car we're passing, the hood flies up. We're like, holy hell. So we pull over in front of this car. It's a student at Kennesaw State in Georgia, and she's 22 years old, and she is fantastic.
This is why you helped her.
Well, of course.
Well, yeah, we're both single men at this point, so why not? So we get there, we pull over, like, do you need help? She's like, yes, I'm not sure what's happening. My father fixed the hood, fixed everything else. It should be fine. Well, the car is all done up in the front end. I'm looking at the hood enclosure for the latch and the release, and it's just not sticking. I'm like, okay, hold on. Grab a bungee cord, get on the ground. It's 28 degrees. It's raining. We're doing this thing. She's like, I'm not sure what to do. I'm like, I got this. It's fine. My uncle's there. He's great. Fantastic. So we get the hood latched, and I wrap it around a few times. I'm like, do me a favor. Do not drive fast, because your father did not know what he was doing, and you could die on the road. She's like, okay,
Godspeed.
Thank you so much. So we get back to my uncle's truck, go to breakfast. He's like, what do you think? I said, I think that she's going to call her father and say, you're a moron, but we did our good job for the day, and we saved her life. So that is my story.
All right. And you're sticking to it.
Hey, Jason, I hate to break it to you. We read the tragic story of a woman driving in Georgia. Her hood popped back up.
Yeah.
She went off the road. All they found was a burned-up bungee cord, man.
Just ready
But,
to graduate.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You did the best you could. I like that. You only did it because she's good looking. Like, yeah.
Of course.
Remember, there's a woman. And look, it's great when people volunteer, when you're not an expert, right? So someone's missing in the woods, and you get 100 people go out and they comb the area to find them. typically there's maybe 15 volunteers, but I think it was last year ago, there was a young woman who was lost in the woods. All right. They mentioned that she was naked in the woods, and something like 250 volunteers showed up.
They also showed a picture of her.
Yeah, like 247 of them were men. Like, I know why you're there. She will be found.
Eventually.
Yeah, I saw the picture. I'm like, man, we should take the day off and help.
That's why we
I feel
excuse
charitable.
criminals with mugshots.
Exactly.
Look at that. Well,
man.
I don't know. I mean, if she was going to try to stab me, maybe I'd try to fend her off, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's almost. I follow mugshot hotties, and
You're being for real, aren't you?
yeah, but generally,
Is it
On what?
Instagram? Or-
Yeah, I think it's Instagram. Yeah,
Mugshot.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Performance at the Hangzhou Wildlife Park in China. Went a little off the rails there, as they never give between a bear and its food. A handler learned this the hard way when a hungry sun bear attacked him for the snacks that he had in his hand. At first, the bear looks cute. Sun bears famously look like humans in bear suits, so alarm bells really didn't go off for anyone in the audience until the bear basically body slammed the handler to the ground, fiercely trying to get at the snacks. Another staffer is then seen rushing in with a mini basketball hoop.
Did you see the video?
Yes, using it as a net to restrain the animal, as the shocked audience gawked at the scene before them, which was feet away. Other workers also swarmed the scene, armed with sticks and stools, trying to do anything they could to get this animal off of the handler. One guy hilariously scrambled over with a macaw, a giant parrot still flapping on his wrist, which did not help at all.
No, it did not.
The tussle came to an end when the crew was finally able to separate the bear from the man, but believe it or not, no one was reported injured, and it's no surprise that the performance was canceled, and all the performances for the rest of the day were canceled as well. Our question, how did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. It's been a minute.
Hola. So what went wrong?
As I've mentioned before, I'm a motivational speaker, and when I do those, I open it up to questions, anything people want to know, because I like to be transparent. Now, a lot of times that's good, and I do get to get a positive message out, but sometimes it kind of goes sideways and just gets weird. People want to know about like intimate experiences that I may have had. People want to know about
They're just openly asking this
All right.
in front of the full audience.
With what you got, can you F or not?
Yeah, I mean, and it's unbelievable how much people's sheer morbid curiosity just takes over. It really does.
What's the most uncomfortable question? And do you still answer it, or do you say I'd rather not answer it?
I very rarely do I not answer, because I do like to, especially when it comes to disability stuff, I like to spread as much awareness as I can.
Sure.
Usually what I'll say, so the weirdest question I've been answered was probably like, can you use the bathroom on your own, from someone that had just seen me in the bathroom, like when we were on a break or something. And as far as the intimacy questions, I just say, yes, everything works, and just leave it at that.
Yeah, but you live in Wyoming. How are you going to get it to work if there's no one to work it with?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, South Dakota for the thousandth time.
Right. I know.
Same
We always
difference.
screw it up.
Sorry.
Every time.
But no, it's all good.
I mean, do they ever get real specific? Like, are you in the analingus, or is it just, does your stuff work?
It's basically just does everything work, but it's amazing, like in a public forum, so to speak, how comfortable people get just throwing it out there,
Okay, all right.
Do you ever ask them back, how about you?
No, I usually try to keep it pretty cordial, although oftentimes I'd like to ask them that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That is a little uncomfortable.
Well, people must feel comfortable with you, enough to ask you
you're
those
doing a good
questions.
enough job, right?
Sure.
Man.
How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
I love that's what people want to know. Does your penis work? All right, cool. Don't care about
good.
anything
You're
else,
good.
right?
You're
Like a very odd, straightforward, like, thanks for the speech. Anyhow, junk work?
Does your penis work? Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, cool. Good meeting you. See, otherwise, they have no sympathy to offer you as long as your penis works. That's essentially what he can go up there and he can tell everything about disabilities. People go, yeah. Look, if your penis works, we don't feel bad for you.
No.
That's all.
Still seems aggressive. Like if I saw a woman give a motivational speech about tough times in her life and everything, I don't think I'd be like, so your boobs real? Well, look nice.
Yeah, just curious. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, guys.
Hola.
How's it going, guys?
Doing well, man. Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear your voice, Miles. Thrill, fucking. Oh,
Once again, men's room callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Well, you got through 2 sentences.
All right, let's try that again, John.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, we understand.
My mistake. So yeah, this might not be the exact idea you guys were thinking of, but I just tried to make a kid's day that was picking up dog poop, and it just backfired. So you remember the Iron Bull in Wallingford?
Yeah.
So the standard thing was you'd park about a block away because there was no parking there. So I took my girlfriend there after work, and we sat a block away. I smoked a bowl, pounded a PBR tall boy, and we're sitting there getting ready to go in. For sure, your radio show was on. It was about 4:30 in the afternoon because we're early birds, and I'm watching a block ahead a young brother and an older brother. A 10-year-old kid and his 6-year-old little brother walking their dog across the street up ahead of us. And older brother is walking the dog. He's in charge. Younger brother is tailing behind with kind of his head down. He looks kind of sad. And you can see him asking older brother, can I walk the dog? Can I have the leash? And older brother is turning around saying no. No, it's really obvious. So I'm pointing this out to my girlfriend who just wants to get the heck out of there. She's like, can we just please go to the bar? We're attracting attention, And sure enough, dog, who was not quite a puppy, not quite full grown, hunches up and just, releases a coil right there. And older brother turns back to younger brother, and you can see him pointing down, pick up that dog poop. So younger brother gets out the dog poop bag and starts bundling it up. And I'm sitting here watching this, pointing out to my girlfriend, like, look at that. That's garbage, dude. Younger brother is being a bitch, dude. Older brother's being mean. He's making him pick up the dog poop. He won't let him walk the dog. And I have a little extra money in my pocket because I had a good day at work. And I'm saying to myself, and I'm saying to my girlfriend, hey, I'm going to make that little kid's day, dude. So I bust out my wallet and pull out a $10 bill, and I jump out of the car. We're about half a block away, and I start running up as little brother's finished picking up the dog poop, and older brother's half a block down, and I start running up yelling, hey, that was good work. And they both freeze. The dog looks back at me. Its head, its ears pop up. I'm like, hey, man, that was good work, dude. Little brother, you picked up that dog crap. That was awesome. I've got money. And younger brother yells up to the older brother, Bryson, there's a guy. And I'm like, hey, no, wait, you don't understand. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to make this little guy's day, dude. He's going to get $10 in his pocket for doing the right thing and having to put up with his big brother who's kind of a jerk, right? And he starts running down the street. And I'm like, no, wait.
Are you chasing after this kid now?
Practically. Damn near, dude. Because then my girlfriend gets out of the car. I'm halfway down the block, and she's yelling, John, stop! And I'm yelling to this kid, no, you don't understand. I've got money. and they booked it down the street. Yeah. Obviously, they went home and told their mom and dad.
Yeah.
And that was not at all my attention, dude. It was just, and that's typical John. That's typical John type of stuff.
I'm getting that vibe from you, man.
I am too.
I just have the sense that it would go wrong. I don't know why. Yeah, there's something about
it. It
you.
always does, man. I had good intentions. So I just saw this little brother being disrespected. He didn't get to walk the dog. All he got to do was pick up the dog crap.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he's going to have an extra $10 in his pocket. And
instead he's getting chased by a wild man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Maybe don't do that. This happened years ago. Not my current dog, but the dog before that. Always pick up after the dog. Always. Every time. Not a big deal. It's just part of owning a dog, right? So I'm living in Greenwood at this time, and Seattle, like once a year, it's like the night out or something where all the neighbors get together. Yeah. And so all these people, they set up their tables on this one side street, and there'd be like 30 people out there, and they're super nice, right?
They close the street down.
Yeah, and you recognize some, you've seen them around the neighborhood. So I'm walking my dog. They recognize me. They recognize the dog. Somebody's kind of yelling back and forth. They're like, hey, man, when you're done, you should come back, grab your family, join us. And I'm like, you know what? I might do that, right? Everyone's real positive kind of vibe going on. And I realize my dog is now taking a crap. No big deal. I don't have my bag with me. It is blown out of my pocket, but I did not know it had blown out of my pocket until the dog had to poop, and I got to pick it up. So my dog poops, then I realize I don't have a bag. And now all these people are quiet, and they're all just looking at me, and I'm like, oh, my God. This is like the worst feeling in the world. And and I think they thought I'm putting on a show, because I'm reaching around trying to find the bag. I'm kind of frantic. I'm like, oh, my God, you've got to be kidding me. So I just had to walk away with the dog. There's a pile of S there. I get back to the house. The bag had blown out of my pocket basically at the front door. It's sitting there waiting for me. I let the dog in, grab the plastic bag, and walk all the way back down there to pick up the poop. But by then, they'd already passed judgment on me because they're thinking the only reason he's doing this is because we all witnessed it. And I'm like, man, I wanted to tell him, like, I swear to God, I had a bag. I was going to pick it up. That is not a good feeling at all. It really isn't.
How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ben. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, bitches.
Hola.
So back in college, I had just broken up with my high school sweetheart of a couple years, and so I was feeling, frisky, and I was flirting around with another girl. And it was a girl that I'd known for absolute years, so I was really excited for it. We had planned on hooking up at this party that we were all, going to go to. A kid's parents were out of town in Hawaii, and so we were like, yeah, let's go. And so we all got there, we were all drinking. And this girl that I'd been talking to for a couple weeks, like both in person and texting and, pretty heavily flirting, all the signs were there, pictures were exchanged. She just flat ignores me at this party. And I was like, wait, what the hell's going on? Or what the heck's going on? And I was just very confused. And then I got super drunk instead, which never a good option. And then later on that night, not only did I end up walking in on her having a threesome with another guy and his girlfriend, but I ended up drunk texting my ex-girlfriend being like, you'll never find somebody like me. I was like 20 years old. I was just dumb.
Was she? She wasn't your ex-girlfriend, though, was she?
No. I ended up texting my ex-girlfriend because the rebound instead opted for a threesome with another guy and his girlfriend, which honestly can't really blame her as an
I was going to
like,
say, man, I mean, it's a threesome. What are you going to do? So did you ever find out why she completely ignored you? Or was that why she completely ignored you?
That was why. She just had other plans. She was like, you know what, I'm in college. I want to have fun where I can have fun, and this was the option that had the most fun. And I was like, you know what, I can't even be too mad.
No, I tend to agree with her.
Yeah, I mean, did you ask to join? Like, hey, looking for a fourth?
Oh, God, no. The second I walked in the room, because I drunkenly was kind of wandering the house, because I was like, where'd everybody go? And, of course, I knew where everybody went. And I walked in, and there they were, and they were like, get out. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I was just dumb and super drunk. I ended up taking 4 or 5 shots of 151 after I was already drunk.
That's a bad morning, too.
Puked on the dishes in the sink. It was a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah. 20.
I mean, again, I think we've all been there.
I was going to say, that's the right age. But
maybe not walking in on a threesome, but everything else about his night. Like, yeah, I've been there. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm
I
hammered.
have not been there, but I've been everywhere else.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I know I'm hammered, but you know what? Let's do more shots. Because what could possibly go wrong? other than everything.
Well, my roommate and I, we were with a woman, but we weren't exactly at the same time. Like we were in this. What's the right way to put this? It was definitely a devil's three-way. But
were you all involved at the same time, or was it more like a baton?
You go, I'll go.
Okay.
So because that was her.
So who went
that's
first?
what she wanted. He did.
Oh, see, man, I'd be like, can I go before you, man?
At the time, though,
It doesn't matter.
I
Just
didn't
keep
care.
switch ends.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
Different ends. Yeah.
I didn't care. I was just like, don't rub your. He was real hairy, Chad. I was like, don't rub your hairy leg up.
Hey, you just don't want to. He don't want to touch you, but sometimes it can happen.
Well, my
It's
skin
awkward.
is nice and soft. He was built like.
Did he brush it?
Well, he had like real wiry hair. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like, he was covered in a pelt. I mean, he was covered in just like, pubes.
Right. Pubes everywhere.
Exactly. So I was like, dude, don't touch me. That was the only thing. I said, just don't rub your hairy ass leg up against me, man. How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tanner. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
Okay, so I've listened to you guys for a while, and I think this was actually a question a while back, torture question of what you would have to be stuck listening to. So I found I'm 32 years old, and I went to Disneyland for the first time over Thanksgiving, and it was packed. I was not expecting it, but my girlfriend, she's gone before, so we was like, I got to experience, all the rides that we can. And I'm like, well, it's a small world after all. I got to go on that.
Why? Why would you think that?
Well, because it's been around forever. It's like, it's the ride.
Had you ever heard anyone say it was awesome? Like, anytime anyone brings up that ride, like, no one talks about it positive.
No. Not unless it's August and it's 110 degrees outside and you need to cool off.
Yeah. So it was the holiday overlay for it. And it was maybe like our third ride of the day, and we're going on it. Well, we maybe make it like, I don't know how long it is total, but we were going through it, and then all of a sudden, all the boats just start colliding. Like, we ran into the boat in front of us, and the boat behind us ran into us, and we're all kind of getting this stuck, and then we all ended up getting stuck on it for about 45 minutes.
Is that song playing the whole time? Oh, my God.
The entire time.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm pretty sure that was one of your questions a while back.
I think. Look, I know people that love going to Disney parks and hate that ride.
That's what I'm saying. I've never heard a glowing review. That's the one. I don't even know why they still have it. Nobody.
I think little kids like it, and it is. If you're in Florida, it is air conditioned.
Right.
But that's about it.
I was on Jurassic Park, which is they put you in a Jeep and they take you through. The dinosaurs pop out and all that crap. So it's a rumbling thing, but it's actually on a rail. It looks like a Jeep, but it does all the rumbling stuff and kind of gives you that, that the whole experience of the ride when stuff jumps out, the Jeep leans and it does all that crap, right? And it's the ride is going fine. There's nothing that I know is going wrong, but some kind of mechanical issue happened to this thing. So there we are in the dark for a long time, probably like 15, 20 minutes. Fortunately, this room is air conditioned. Right?
So this is an indoor thing.
Right.
Okay.
Now, so at one point, they turned the floodlights on, and you can see like somebody with a ladder and walking around and all that stuff. And eventually they just shut the damn thing down. But, now the curtain's pulled back on this thing. They turn all the lights on the inside.
Oh, that's got to kill any kind of sense of magic.
And you're looking around. Well, it was kind of intriguing to see how they did it. But at the same point in time, you're looking around going like, that's how they do that.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, but it was so weird because you had to walk all the way out. Like, think about the haunted house we went to.
Yeah.
You had to walk all the way back out through everything that you just came through to go in through the front door, to the back door, wherever it was. And it was just a warehouse. It was just really a warehouse with a track in the middle.
And you don't want to see, I've been on Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Where something happened. So they had all the lights on.
And you can't believe how the headspace you have, too.
Right. It's just, you realize, like, this is just an old wooden roller coaster. But it's usually dark in there, so it's fun.
So is Jurassic Park.
But Miles is exactly right. Seeing it all, it was like, it's kind of takes away from it.
It takes the magic away.
Yeah, 100%.
To me, I always equated to Kiss taking off their makeup. They took off their makeup, and you're like, man, you guys aren't really good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you have the makeup on, it was just this whole thing, so you don't realize that maybe the music's kind of stupid. But
you have limited amount of time. I mean, you're there for the day.
Yeah.
And that's an hour that you waited just to get on this thing.
And then
so it wasn't like you just walked on the thing. I mean, you were in line forever.
I have been in Disney World where the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster got shut down for a safety reason.
All right.
But we were, like, in the room about to go on, and they were like, you can leave or you can wait. So we're like, we're going to wait it out. So they were like, when they fixed it, it was only like half an hour. They were like, all right, We're going to run it twice for you guys.
They
nice.
They kicked Aerosmith out, by the way.
It was like, sweet.
Did you hear that?
That one's gone?
Well, they kept the roller coaster, but they're changing the theme. Steven Tyler and all that crap's gone. He used to do the intro and like, all right, rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's cool, but it's very dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a fact. I think they're doing Minions or whatever they're
Of
doing.
course.
How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
So close to the weekend. Coming up at 5:08, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. Then it's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday.
It's Bad Choice Friday.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday.
Hey, man, this is your fault.
And not only is it Repeal Day, but it's also Bartender Appreciation Day, and we celebrate on a Bad Choice Friday with LMFAO. LMFAO with Little John and Shots. Take it on. Tub thumping from Chumbawamba. Take it on LMFAO and Shots, along with Little John. Vote now if you happen to follow us on X at Men's Room Live. One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and toast with a shot of the day. All right, do we have time for a few emails now from the men's room at KISW.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Fun fact for you, you might not know that song, but LMFAO, there's two members of it.
All right.
One guy's name is Red Foo.
I guess who that is, yes.
Yeah. It's Barry Gordy's son.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know he's related to something. Barry Gordy. All right.
A couple from our question today that was also successful. Who tried to do some good and didn't work out. Guys, my old girlfriend and I bought a jacket, gloves, beanie for a dude in Marysville years ago. Checked on him 2 days later. He was dead with all the clothes right next to him in a bag.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
Yep.
Positive Friday.
It continues. Guys, my wife wanted to leave her job, which she did not like, to volunteer full-time for an animal shelter. We found a way to make it work out financially. It's been over 25 years, and she's been there ever since. I'm so proud of her. The shelter's name is Meow Cat Rescue in Kirkland. Again, Meow Cat Rescue in Kirkland. Sorry, Miles, they don't have any hairless cats available for adoption. Oh. And from your loyal listener, Steve in Bothell. Again, that's Meow Cat Rescue.
Meow.
Meow. Guys, I stepped in front of a guy that was smacking a woman at the fair. I said, "Hit me, bud." Next thing I know, she smacks me in the back saying, "Leave him alone." They're obviously meant for each other. Couple more. Well, we're keeping with the theme. These are the actual comments we get from YouTube, from the text. From
I'll tell you where we went wrong. We said, who tried to do some good? And then we added, and did it work out? A resounding no has been the answer today.
Well, I mean, I guess in most people's defense, generally you're just donating money or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
like,
a physical interaction goes sideways.
well, also, like, you don't know. Right? Like, the kid you helped out, like, right, like, for instance, Coats for Kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the kids don't have to write you a letter and say thank you, but you've already done that good.
And you know they got it.
So maybe there was just more, it lended more towards the bad stuff Like I worked at a horse farm, volunteer, got kicked in the head.
Right.
Stopped on I-5 North a couple weeks ago to help a lady whose car had died in the middle of the lane. Put on my four-way hazard lights, had traffic stops so we could push her car off the highway to a safe spot. 2 other cars stopped and helped me get her to the shoulder and to a safe place. Shook their hand, said thank you, and stayed with the lady until she got someone on the phone to come and help her. Good deed done. Enjoy the weekend.
All right, 2 positive stories.
Elk Plain Drifter. All right.
All right, here you go.
Guys, when I was in college in Bozeman, Montana, I used to drive around at night in the wintertime just to pull people out of snowbanks and the side of the road when they would get stuck. A friend and I would just put a bunch of tow straps in and some food and some drinks, and we just drive around and help people for hours on end.
Good on you.
There we go. And one more follow-up to the guy driving to drop the prescription medication off.
For the pugs, Evergreen Pug Rescue, yeah.
A follow-up, the prescriptions have been delivered successfully.
All right.
All is well that ends well.
I think it's funny that dog just sitting there sipping codeine.
I know. You got the pills.
Hey, man, you got the good stuff.
I'm an addict, man. Ain't
Well,
nothing wrong with me.
put on some Mike Jones.
Subject is Christmas songs and ciabatta. Ola Machola is listening to yesterday's episode on the Odyssey app, and Miles mentioned the Christmas song by the Waitresses. The song is called Christmas Rapping, and Thrill, you're a bassist, so you need to listen to this song. It is such a funky bass line, you'd think it was Motown. And the person who played it was a session cat called Tina Wormworth, who was in fact in the B-52s. Also,
what is it called?
It's called the Christmas song by the Waitresses.
Okay,
that was one. Christmas Rapping.
Or Christmas Rapping.
Christmas Rapping. And that was the one I said. You probably we were talking about. Are there any good Christmas songs?
And I said no. And you said, man, I'm telling you, like I've never heard it. Mike's looking for it now. I will give it a listen.
If you just Google the Waitresses and Christmas, it's the only song that's going to come up.
Yeah.
That's basically, it wasn't there a bad band. They just weren't as big.
This is just the one
they're kind of like a Go-Go's type sounding band, but a little bit more, as he would say, funk and R&B to it.
Oh, hang on. I know what happened. Sorry, I got to pull down the stream and then unmute YouTube here. All right. Oh, yeah.
You know the tune?
Yeah.
I still don't know if I do. I got to hear the sing. That is a sweet bass line. I'll give you that. Here we go.
I mean,
if you like the Go-Go's or anything like that.
I mean, look, I like the bass line. I could not sit with this. Okay.
It continues. Also, I'm on team Mike and Ted. Ciabatta is a damn fine sandwich bread.
Thank you.
The trick to not having all the fillings fall out when you bite into one is to make little dimples in each side of the bread by tearing out the center of each half. Why do I need to dress the bread?
I don't got to do all that.
You don't got to do that.
I think ciabatta's better toasted.
It is much better toasted. I agree.
This way, the fillings stay within the sandwich. And with the bits that you've torn out, dip that into a sauce or dressing, or just spread a quick bit of butter on it and pop it into your gullet.
A quick bit of butter?
That's right.
Bit of butter.
Cheers, bitches. That's from Sean in England. This is a guy who eats English food, saying that ciabatta is wonderful, and I believe that in England.
I believe it in England. I do. Now, look, he's right. Like I said, for dipping, I'm like, it's a perfect bread for dipping. It is just a terrible bread for a sandwich.
Here's another.
By the way, you know how Mike always does that baby batter thing?
Yeah.
So my buddy Tony, the bar he works at, it was his last night. I went over there. I've known Tony for years. Never met his wife. She is an auctioneer.
No way.
I start talking to her, and I go, yeah, we have Mike do the bit. And she's like, oh, yeah, but it just rattles it off. Went to the same school as Mike.
Hit us with a bet.
Wow. Betty bought about some butter, but she said this butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter better. So just better, Betty bought a bit of butter.
Now,
thank you, Western College
is that
auctioneer.
Specifically your school, or if I'm an auctioneer from, say, Atlanta, would they probably know the same one?
No, I don't believe it is specifically my school, because I've heard of other people that know it, but they know a different version of it.
Okay.
There's certain differences with it.
How many different auctioneering schools are across the country, would you say?
From what I know, there's 2 main ones that I know of. There's another one in like Oklahoma or something like that.
Is there like one for the better auctioneers? You know what I mean? Like, did you go to
Western,
lower tier? Or
That's
Western. Is that
University
yours?
versus
So you went to the Harvard.
I went to the Harvard of auctioneering.
All right. Very cool.
And that's what I'm saying. She, as soon as I mentioned it, she didn't miss a beat and just rattled it off. And I was like, all right, you did go to the same school.
Yeah. Another one on ciabatta. Ted and Mike are right. Ciabatta, when used properly, is a damn fine bread.
Yeah.
Trader
when
Joe's
used properly, I can scrape things off of my pans.
Trader Joe's has a ciabatta baguette. Fry up some shaved beef and caramelized onions. Toast the bread with mayonnaise to a pan.
Sorry you guys don't know how to utilize
with
the greatness of the ciabatta
Look,
bread.
ciabatta itself was a mistake because the guy, the baker that was making ciabatta, he was attempting to recreate either like French bread or baguette or something. He was trying to mimic something else. And it didn't quite happen, so he just gave it a different name.
A dude
But it
dropped the
was a
burrito into a
mistake.
deep fryer, and now we have chimichangas.
That was genius.
Yep.
That was not genius, that was an
serendipitous.
accident.
It was an accident, but look, a lot of children walking around now.
Lysol was made to clean
accidents.
vaginas, okay?
Beautiful people.
Sometimes one thing has an intention, and then you come up with something great.
Lysol was not developed to clean vaginas. It was developed as an antiseptic, but I want to say it's during like the big cholera outbreak or something. But when they got a handle on it, Lysol said, well, people are going to stop buying it, so now let's switch it to.
We're going to take the Gwyneth Paltrow route.
Just going back real quick on the record, though. Your defense was that ciabatta shouldn't be eaten because it's a mistake.
No,
so then on
because
that
it
same
tastes like
token,
crap.
you can't say you like the chimichanga. So both mistakes can be both ways.
Hey, my argument was that he screwed up, making a mistake. That's not why it's bad. It's bad because that's what he ended up with.
Subject: Men's Room Lager. Guys, I'm proud to announce the Sunset Grill in Gig Harbor is now selling the Men's Room Lager from the Black Raven. I work here. All right. And I've been wanting to get your beer on for a while, so down the hole of it, Jolas. From Brett. Couple more here before we get to Ted versus the FCC. The live show, guys. Really enjoy watching your broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice to actually watch your broadcast instead of listen to it. Thanks for all you do, guys, and rock on. That from Chris. If you haven't checked us out on YouTube, just search for KISW Rock. If you could, subscribe to the channel there, and please smash that like burger, as we like to call it, or give us a thumbs up.
Miles and Thrill.
Cold weather's coming, and once again, we partnered up with the Washington State Council Firefighters and Operation Warm for Coats for Kids. The goal is to put 2,500 brand new coats on kids who need them here in Washington State. $25 puts a brand new American-made coat on a kid that needs one over the winter. So if you could, please donate $25 now. One coat's great. If you can give any more than that, that would be awesome, too.
Even if you can just give less. Every little bit, man, it all adds up, right?
Absolutely. KISW.com, 2,500 kids. Obviously, if we could just get a few more than that, that would be
outstanding.
That would be better. So donate what you can right now at KISW.com. We're talking about amusement parks. People having some not so great experiences. Florida woman is suing SeaWorld Orlando after a duck allegedly struck her in the face while she was riding the Mako roller coaster. She was knocked out. The lawsuit, filed in Orange County, claims that SeaWorld failed to keep the ride area safe and did not warn visitors about potential bird strikes, a risk the suit argues is heightened by the coaster's speed. It was going about 73 miles an hour when the duck hit her in the face.
Actually, it was not a duck.
It was not a duck?
I just read it today.
Territorial...
sea egret or something like that.
Okay.
Not that it matters. The splitting hairs here, but it wasn't a duck.
Well, they're saying that the coaster is over water, so it's over a lake.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, birds do land there. The complaint contends that these factors combine to create a zone of danger for collisions with birds, especially ducks, gulls, and geese, and that the ride's design may even disorient birds, making collisions more likely. Now, the woman who's seeking at least $50,000 in damages in a jury trial says the incident left her with permanent injuries, both physical and mental, and has diminished her quality of life. Now, here's the update. SeaWorld is now pushing back against the lawsuit. In a court filing, they said the woman was, in fact, hit by a snowy egret, a type of small white heron. This matter does not and has never involved a duck, the park said.
I like that's their defense.
SeaWorld is seeking to have the lawsuit dismissed because it's not responsible for a wild animal's actions. The park's lawyers noted that the woman refused medical attention because she wanted to keep going in the park.
Right.
And did not want to be held up any longer. They also rejected the lawsuit's claim that having a coaster near water created a zone of risk, saying the incident could have occurred regardless of the presence of any body of water within the park.
Yeah.
So our question, how did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
Right, it's a wild animal.
Yeah, no, like, look, man, we did not design this coaster to provoke birds to fly into the faces of the people that visit our park. That's bad for business. But we have no control over where a bird's going to fly, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. So I get the feeling going to be dismissed. Although, full credit to the lady, at least it's only $50,000. Usually when people try to sue amusement parks, it's like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm kind of shocked it's that low. But yeah, they got no control over that. Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola! All right. So I would say maybe about 10 years ago, I was in my mid-20s. I reached out to one of my friends in high school that I went with when I was living in Central California. And they were like, hey, you should come visit sometime. And I had already had a good income at the time. So I'm like, oh, this will be fun. My first road trip on my own. And so, trying to think. So I planned the weekend, and I said, okay, this is the dates I'm going to be down there. Would that work for you? And they're like, sure. So I'm excited, and I decided to go down all the way to California, spend like a night somewhere in Oregon, and then spend a day, or two in California. Well, I got there, and I messaged them, and I was like, hey, I'm here, what would you like to do? Where would you like to meet up? And I never got a response the whole time. And so I'm like, okay, I'll stay another night. Maybe they're busy, whatnot. And then the next day it's the same thing. They completely ignored me. And then eventually I was just like, all right, this is bullshit. I'm going,
Once again, bedroom callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
All right, Brandon. No
Very
more
sorry,
brown
very
words.
sorry.
Yeah, we get it, man. We get it.
So anyways, I was like, okay, forget it. I'm going home. And then I went ahead and, I'm sorry. I went ahead and drove all the way back, like 16 hours in one day. And I was just so fuming. And then a few days later, they're like, oh, sorry.
What was their explanation?
I don't know. It was a bull poo-poo reason. So,
all right. Well, maybe they didn't want to hang out with you.
I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did. Long story short on that, they're like, oh God, he's actually here.
How long had you known these people?
Yeah. Oh, I've known them since I was like in freshman of high school, and I was like 25 at that time.
Huh. All right.
Okay.
But they never really explained why they completely blew you off.
They never explained it. It was just, yeah.
Well, hopefully the last time you ever talked to him.
Yep, that was completely
All right.
it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm done with this.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
God damn, man. Especially a long ass drive like that, man. I would be livid. Yeah, without a doubt. Like, just answer the phone at least. And then just lie to me about something. Oh, man, I don't know. She broke her ankle. We had to go to the hospital. Anything. Not just completely ignore it. Damn, man.
Good times. Good times.
That's why I hate road trips.
Hiker in Colorado owes his life to a friend's quick thinking and a simple belt after a dangerous fall in a mountain near Buena Vista. The group was 10,000 feet on the North Sheep Mountain, a steep, trailless peak with challenging rock terrain, when one of them slipped and tumbled 200 feet down the mountain, suffering multiple head injuries and coming to rest head down on a slope with a drop. With the injured hiker at the risk of sliding even further, a friend then took off his belt and used it to tie the injured man to a fallen tree. And that bought some time until help could arrive late Sunday afternoon. The Chaffee County Rescue and Rescue North team received a call at sunset and triggered a risky mission that stretched through the night. Rescuers split into 2 teams. One climbed up to the group with ropes and supplies, while the others waited below with a rescue litter. There was rock falling all night long from the team trying to get him down. People would scream, "Rock!" And in the dark, you'd hear these huge boulders slam into the trees next to us. It was terrifying. The injured hiker ultimately lowered 1,600 feet in the dark in freezing temperatures. Wow. He was loaded onto an ambulance nearly 11 hours after the rescue began. They did summit the top before they started walking back down.
All right.
They did credit the group with carrying essentials, including a communication device, but noted the accident may have been caused by the group's lack of knowledge about the difficult mountain.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think you want to mess with Mother Nature in some instances. You just got to know when to turn around.
I don't think you ever want to mess with Mother Nature, right? Like, if you think it's a bad idea, it probably is.
Yeah.
I feel like hiking though is much more like, I don't know, when you people have a healthy fear of water.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in the ocean, right? Like some people are just like, I'm not getting in there. Some people are like, the waves are too big.
Right.
for some reason, and look, I've done it before with hiking, where it's just like, it's fine.
We're just walking. Right?
And then by the time you kind of get there, it's like, this is not fine. We are idiots. But it just, for whatever reason, hiking to me lends itself to that, because you're right. You're like, well, we're just walking.
Yeah, I'm done walking. I'm not quote unquote mountain climbing. I'm just walking. Right. Mm-hmm. But you're right. With the ocean, people definitely.
But if you twist an ankle
caution.
there, or you do something like you rip your knee out, or whatever you do, you take a hard fall, whatever, you're scred.
Yep.
You
I mean, even just like, look, right? Like, isn't that like part of like living in Seattle, right? You got to do Mount Si.
Sure.
Right? I think everybody in here has done it. Mm-hmm. Then you go up to the haystack, right? But Miles, right? You could easily twist an ankle. That would suck to be on top of that mountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last little scrambles when we were in Alaska, right? We did was a flat top,
there were boulders flying down the hill the entire time.
Like the scramble, I was actually angry at that point when we were climbing up, because in my head I'm like, why are you doing that? You were not equipped to do this. Now look, obviously we made it to the top. The view was great, blah blah blah. But yeah, when I'm climbing up that thing, I'm like, this is the stupidest thing you've ever done. I think I was wearing tennis shoes. Yep. I mean, like everything about this. And my brother, you are not a mountain man.
Yeah.
And now you're climbing up this freaking sheer wall. We got to the top. I'm like, okay, I felt a lot better. But coming down was more terrifying. So that's when that freaking boulder went rolling by, man. It's just like,
it was in the fog, too, so you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Dog Miles almost killed me twice. We were at Seaside at one point in time, and he really liked chasing a tennis ball into the easier waves.
Yeah.
Like just the ones that are rolling up. Like when you look at the Pacific Ocean from that area, it looks like it's just got steps to it of waves.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of big crashers are out there, but as they roll in, you really don't know how far they're going to come in, like a creeper wave or whatever.
Right.
Well, he's going for this ball, and the ball keeps getting sucked back out. As the wave is receding.
Yeah,
the ball's flying with it. And I look right where he is going is just the middle of a rip current that you can physically see. I mean, you can physically see this rip, and it's just pulling everything like in a funnel straight out, and that's where he's at. So I go just sprinting at his ass, grab him by the collar, and I am leaning back with both hands around his neck, and I'm trying to pull back toward the shore because the water and the sand are pulling us out, and I'm watching this rip current. The water's freezing freaking cold.
Of course.
So, but I thought if somehow this dog dies, then I'm dead, because my wife will absolutely kill me. But man, I've never been in the mouth of that before, and just realized, because I was probably up to my thighs in water.
Yeah,
it was freezing cold, but I'd never been pulled like that before. It was just absolutely insane. And I'm trying to hold on to a 60-pound dog. So I finally drag his ass back. Ball's gone, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
But he still wants to go after the ball. Yeah. So he's fighting me to go after this ball. So that was one where my heart was pounding. I was just like, when I got out of that water, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, we almost died.
What exactly causes those rip currents?
I don't know.
What is it?
Just something by the way the tides work in the water, but it just
it's just weird, because you're watching waves crash toward you, right? So they're coming directly toward you, but then these currents are sideways under that.
It looked like you were looking down river on whitewater, like rapids.
Yeah,
the middle of it was just fired out. Like everything.
And they
else
only
was coming in.
last so long, but it's just scary, and your instinct is to swim against it, and that's how people die.
Yeah. Yep. The other time was at Golden Gardens. I'm sorry, not Golden Gardens. Discovery Park. There's an area up on the cliff where they have this big sand area, all right?
Yeah.
There's a couple little lookouts up there, and you're kind of in the flat portion where you can see the sound and everything else. But there's just a huge-ass cliff that goes all the way down to the bottom of the sound. And he took off. It went over this cliff. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. I am not good with heights. And all that sand is very soft. So when you start trying to get down that cliff, you are not supposed to be going down that cliff. The ground is just coming out from under you.
Of course.
You're just sliding down this thing. And he's down there whining, trapped between two trees and looking up at me. And I'm like, God damn it, man. And where he was, it was about a 30-foot drop straight down.
Yeah.
So it was a sheer face cliff where he had stopped. So if he'd have gone any farther, he'd have gone over the cliff. But at the same time, I got to go to that cliff's edge, pick his ass up, and see how I'm going to crawl with this freaking 60-pound dog back up the hill. And
are there other people around?
No, nobody would go down there. They got signs, at least they used to, don't go over the cliff, you dumbass. But I had to get the dog, and God damn, man, that was another one of those things. That was probably like 2 weeks after the Oregon experience. I was like, that dog is going to freaking kill me.
How long did it take you to?
And the idea is to take the dogs out for a stroll on the beach. The idea is
Right.
Yeah, let
take
them
the
relax.
dogs, around the Discovery
nature.
Loop, like 2.5 miles, whatever it is. It's not the big thing, but that was always part of the plan in the morning. We got to get out and do something with the dogs before we do our thing.
Aye.
So, but twice in 2 weeks, that thing almost killed me.
How long did it take you basically to go down this cliff,
Well,
get the dog, and then get back up?
At one point in time, after I got around
Because what was the
side-
plan to get up? Like to get
straight
down
up.
to the
It is
dog,
straight
right?
up. And he's got crampons on, so I'm trying to push his ass and find something to kind of hold myself in on like a tree, and just push him slowly up the hill, stop him. Then I try to go, get my footing down again, push his ass up the hill again.
Oh my God!
It took a half an hour.
Yeah.
And she just stood up there at the top with the other dog, like, all right.
I mean, is she saying anything, or is she just watching?
She was too far up. She's probably like 100 yards up. So she was just kind of watching to see what I was trying to do. I was trying to get around that cliff and just try to go down to the bottom of the beach.
Yeah.
I thought if I get down there, man, surely I could walk to, I don't know, Magnolia or something,
yeah.
and find a way up, in a private beach house. But that was my next plan until I finally just said, hell with it, and picked his ass up and army crawled all the way up to the top of the hill.
God almighty, dude.
Yeah, that was...
I don't like that dog much anyway. But Jesus.
Almost killed me twice.
He didn't like Miles.
That's a good point.
No, the dog didn't like me either.
Even though he keeps saving his life.
Right, exactly. Our question, how did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK. More animal stories. This one Mike's got coming up in the headlines. Spectators at a Christmas parade in Tennessee were treated to a surprise scene when a black bear wandered onto the road and walked the entire parade route.
So this was not part of the parade. This is just a random ass
This is a
bear.
bear walking along with the floats, with the marching bands, with the Shriners, with everything else. That was
They're
marching.
tiny little cars trying to get away.
Yeah, it's like how the Macy's parade used to be. Except there was no handler. This was just a wild bear.
This was just a big ass black bear walking down the middle of the parade route.
Oh, hey, buddy.
But the thing is they're kids sitting on the side of the street.
Yeah,
obviously.
they're always up front, right?
Yeah. Amanda Snook Page captured photos showing the bear walking down the route of the Gatlinburg 50th Annual Fantasy of Lights Christmas Parade. Unclear how much of the route the bear walked, but another witness captured video of a Bruin that was probably the same animal feasting on trash after the parade. They joked on social media the bear was such a hit with spectators that the organizers should have made him the grand marshal of the parade. People actually just stood there and froze and watched this bear walk down the middle of the road.
So they did recognize that it was not part of the parade.
Yes.
It would take a second, though.
Yeah, I would just assume, like, I wonder where the trainer is. Right. Then once it clicked in my head that there's a bear wandering, I'm leaving the parade.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. Obviously, you should be like, that's a bear. But I think, honestly, if I was standing there, I'd be like, oh, cool.
That would
They
be
got
my
a
initial
bear in
thought.
this Christmas parade.
But no one really moved. That was the thing. They just kind of let the thing wander.
Well, I guess if it's not doing anything and it's just kind of like, you don't want to do anything to alarm it. Like,
No sudden
correct.
movements.
Yeah, if it seems cool, like, be cool. But it did the whole parade route.
It did the majority of the parade route down the middle of the street, which I thought was pretty fascinating.
That's actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Sort of.
How did a
There is some people that are like, get out of the way. I'm just rewatching the video. And you just hear one guy go, that's an actual bear. Yeah, see?
Hey, look, that is a big ass bear too, man.
and there's people everywhere.
Right, you can see him slowly react. It's like that guy, like, yeah, we'll get out of our chairs. But he's just cruising around.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's people just sitting there. Like, I don't know what I would do. I think I would probably just freeze as well and be like, is this part of it?
I mean, I guess if no one else is moving, then I wouldn't move. Because then you're feeling singled out, right? The bear's going to chase you, but I don't know how comfortable I would have been there.
Yeah, and then he just kind of runs through a parking lot.
Wow.
Starts eating some trash.
That was a big ass bear.
Wait, well, in the bear's defense, that's smart thinking.
There's
All those
gonna be
people on the
food.
street, there's going to be trash. There's children. He's probably like, oh, those kids are going to drop their funnel cakes.
And if they don't, I can eat the kid.
That's very specific.
Yes.
How did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK.
KSW.
Categories: interior decorating on profile. This we got a 67-year-old man in China. He had a pain in his abdomen, so he goes to the doctor's, and the doctor says, "Do you remember swallowing anything?" He says, "Well, a long time ago,
30 years ago,
I swallowed something on a bet there, on a dare." So the question is, it was still stuck in his stomach. What did he swallow that they had to remove? A lighter, a ping pong ball, a shot glass, or a spoon?
We will start with Miles Montgomery. He went with the shot glass. Not a bad guess. Like I said, he's drinking. Could have been an accident.
Slick.
Mike Honk, he went with the ping pong ball, you sadist. Even though I'm right there with you. V-Ted Smith, he went with the lighter. Yeah, you are correct. Ripping cigs.
Plus, it was 30 years ago, and I feel like Asia was kind of famous for everybody smoking.
Everybody. I want to say, as far as continents go, it's still number one.
Is it really?
I believe so. I want to say
with everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Population smoking, it's unreal, man.
Yeah.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Tate.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys.
Fallon and Kibble.
Seth Meyers. Colbert.
Steven.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The Twilight Guys have talented teams of writers something come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS just announced their holiday shipping The Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS just announced their holiday shipping deadlines. The FedEx and UPS deadline is December 23rd, and the Postal Service deadline was last Easter.
Foul.
That's foul.
The Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS just announced their holiday shipping deadlines. Yep, the FedEx and UPS deadline is December 23rd, and the Postal Service deadline is last Easter.
HBO Max recently released a 4K restoration of the show, but there was one little hiccup because the restored series hit the site with some errors because they were mislabeled and released out of order. And I'm, for one, am stunned that a mistake could be made by HBO Max, formerly HBO Max.
Colbert.
HBO Max recently released a 4K restoration of the show, but there was one little hiccup because the restored series hit the site with some errors, including several episodes mislabeled and released out of order. I, for one, am stunned that a mistake could be made by HBO Max, formerly HBO Max.
Martha Stewart has revealed in a new interview that her only kid and grandkids call her Martha, not mom or grandma, while the federal government still calls her a convicted felon.
V-Ted Smith, yes.
Yeah. Is that odd? Her grandkids call her Martha.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird.
The FDA just announced a recall of over 250,000 cases of shredded cheese because it may contain metal fragments. People knew something was wrong when they could grate their cheese with their cheese.
Foul.
That's foul.
The FDA just announced a recall of over 250,000 cases of shredded cheese because it may contain metal fragments.
What?
Customers knew something was wrong when they could grate the cheese with their cheese.
All right, you guys were talking earlier today. You said if there's a Christmas album, you'd like to hear some new songs.
Yes.
Well, what about some new Christmas movies?
All right, that'll work too, man.
They're always out there. They're in the works. This one brings together two giants, okay? It's free on YouTube, and it's called A Chuck E. Cheese Christmas. It stars Chuck E. Cheese and his bandmates from Munchin's Make Believe Band. They throw Santa Claus a surprise party and lift his Christmas spirit and save the holiday. Santa's also suffering from a fear of beard rot.
Beard rot, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a villain elf who looks a lot like, is it Legos? From Lord of the Rings?
Legolas.
But interesting enough, and here's a little, if you want a little taste of it.
I guess Christmas spirit really is alive and well after all.
Of course it is, Santa. What would we do without Christmas?
What would we do without Christmas? What would we do
They're in it.
without Christmas? Why would the bells all ring out? What would we all sing about?
the parents all get in a fight at the end?
Well, it sounds like Chuck E. Cheese there and his bandmates found auto-tune.
Well, hey, man, it's smart of them to do.
Yeah.
You want to get kids back in whatever your product is, make them the feature of a Christmas movie.
Also, this is the second time Chuck E. Cheese made a holiday.
Wait, did they answer the question?
What's that?
What do we do without Christmas?
Hanukkah.
You can't even.
I mean,
think
he keeps
about it.
repeating it, but like, you have a backup plan, bro?
Kwanzaa.
Depression,
sadness,
hugging that stray dog. Just bad stuff, man. The kids need Christmas. Also, this is Chuck E. Cheese's second holiday special. First one came out in 1983. It was called The Christmas That Almost Wasn't.
Okay.
I think Chuck's whole thing is
I'm saving Christmas.
Right, and you need Christmas.
Yeah.
Right, without it, like Christmas that almost wasn't. Right, he's really scaring the kids.
Which is weird, because at Christmas, that's one of the only times of the year I don't think about pizza.
You know what? That is very true.
I just don't.
See, and I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah. On Christmas Eve, we always got Lido's pizza.
Oh, yeah. You've talked about, right, your family.
So, I mean, even now, as an adult, like, on Christmas, last couple of years I haven't been as good because I've been going to somebody else's family thing.
Sure.
But generally, I would have people over and I would always order pizza.
Is there any kind of Christmas pizza, or is it just whatever pizza you like? We're doing it tonight.
I would try.
Like you're going Supreme?
So
like it's
no,
Christmas?
but like Lido's isn't here.
Yeah.
So I would try to find like a good pizza or specialty pizza. I mean, look, you could always just order Domino's or whatever.
Sure.
1 year, what's the giant pizza we got up there on Capitol Hill?
Family?
Italian families?
Yeah, Italian.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So that year, I remember that was 1 year. Got a little sad there. It was actually snowing on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And I lived on First Hill, which is very
Hilly,
slick.
yeah.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up at 4:30, our categories today. We have the NFL teams with the most expensive fan experience and the least.
All right.
Expensive fan experience. I'll let you pick either category.
All right.
As far as if you want to go the stadiums you think it's going to take a lot of money to get in and enjoy Sunday football, or the ones that are the cheapest in the NFL.
I would be more confident, I think, guessing the cheap ones, because usually, it's kind of commensurate with the team's record, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Not Dallas necessarily. It wouldn't be Pittsburgh or Baltimore, but usually if your team is notoriously bad, I think the one exception might be the Raiders, because they're a god-awful team, right?
But the Las Vegas experience is always going to cost a little bit more money.
Exactly.
And people go there just because it's Vegas.
Yeah, they said a lot of Vegas fans are irritated because they're like, man, every time we go to the stadium, it's at least 50% the other team's fans, because once you see that your team's playing in Vegas, like, you'll buy those tickets and plan a whole trip. Hell, we did.
Also, we have just released today the 15 cities with the worst traffic here in the United States. As just last year alone, there was an increase in 11% as far as the time on the roads and the cost associated with traffic. Just
God, man,
11% in 1 year. So it's gone. I'll tell you what, with that category, if you get 10 out of the 15 right, I'll give it to you.
I'll tell you what, man, I was in Houston over the weekend, and you talk about some aggressive drivers. Just everybody, man. It did not matter what kind of vehicle it was. They are super aggressive down there. They don't blinkers mean nothing. They will cut you off. I mean, this is on a highway doing 80 miles an hour, man, and there's maybe 3 feet between cars. But my brother and I were like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
And guess how much gas was there, Ted?
$2.50.
They're not paying that much, man. It was $2.17.
Damn.
Yeah, they could not believe it, because I'm like, damn, man, $2.17, and they're kind of like, well, yeah, it's gone down a little bit, but it's still so expensive. And I'm like, dude, it's like $4.80 something in Seattle. They didn't even believe me until my parents corroborated. Like, yes, it's almost twice as much in Seattle as it is in Houston. It's unreal.
That's crazy. Our question: how did a positive situation turn upside down? 206-803-ROCK. Do you guys have any from vacation experiences before where things did not go as planned, so to speak?
I mean, the one that always comes to mind for me was I had a good trip down to Costa Rica, right? At the station that I worked for at the time, they'd sent me down there, and it was the opening of a new casino or sport book or something like that. Anyway, went to the grand opening. That was cool. That 70s show was still on TV at the time, and the 4 main leads, they were down there. David Alan Grier, he was there, okay? Just quick side thing about David Alan Grier. About 2 years later, we had the opportunity to interview him, and he was very grumpy, clearly did not want to do an interview, didn't want to say anything, and he was just being a D, right?
Yeah.
So we go to break, and all I said to him, I was like, oh, hey, man, I met you once before, a couple years ago in Costa Rica, in that room. And then he opened up a lot more. I will not share what I witnessed him doing in that room, but just by saying that much, he was kind of like, oh, yeah, okay. So then he was more than willing to talk to us. But coming back, they changed my flight. They changed my flight while I was already in the air, right? So I have my ticket. I get on the plane. I think I was supposed to fly. Oh, so the flight I had booked, it takes me to Miami, then from Miami back up to Baltimore. I land in Miami. Having a hard time trying to get my connecting flight. And the woman says, well, sir, you're supposed to be in Dallas. I'm like, what? She goes, well, they changed your flight. I'm like, when did they change my flight? And she's being no help, all right? So she looks at the computer. She tells me what time they changed the flight. So I was like over the Gulf of Mexico at the time you changed my flight. I mean, what am I supposed to, like, open the door, jump the hell out? And swim? I was like, what do you want me to do, man? I did not change this. You guys changed it. But based on the time you said you changed it, my flight had already taken off. So that's why I'm here. I just want to get my connection to Baltimore. They would not let me get on that plane because because in their mind, I was supposed to be in Dallas. And I'm like, man,
Okay.
I understand that. I get it.
I came out the door.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in Miami. I got off of that plane, and I'm showing her my ticket. And she's like, right, but they changed your flight. I said, but we both agreed, based on the time that you said my flight was changed, I was in the air.
So was there another flight you could take to
24 hours later?
No.
Oh, yeah. I had to spend a night in the Miami airport because I said, well, can I get a voucher like for one of the cheap hotels on premise? She's like, no, we don't do that. And I'm like, look, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just saying, like, I want to
They
get
apparently
home.
are.
I won't say what airline it was, but for about 10 good years, I refused to fly them. I'm like,
I don't
am
blame
not
you.
giving these people my money. And it turns out someone from another airline, so I won't say what airline I was on, but the person who worked at Delta overhears me having this conversation with this lady. So Delta ended up hooking me up.
Nice.
Yeah. That's how.
I like Delta, dude.
Oh, I deep appreciate
The only problem I have with Delta is flying into Atlanta. Everything you do, you got to fly into Atlanta, which
Oh,
I
right.
understand that's their hub.
Sure.
It's like United in Chicago. You got to go through that one way or another. And Chicago sucks in the wintertime because you're rolling the dice every time you're.
Oh, yeah.
And I just had that trouble over the Thanksgiving holiday as well. So, like, I know the weather situation that can happen and all that crap.
Yeah. My wife and I were invited to a birthday celebration a few years back down in Las Vegas, Nevada. Beautiful Las Vegas.
All right.
We're going to go gangbusters for our 30th. Never been to Vegas, so let's go on down there. All right, cool. The wife and I have been to Vegas multiple times. We'll show you guys the ropes, show you around, teach you some of the tricks for getting around here. This person didn't quite understand just how Vegas operates.
All right.
So there's certain things that they know that they can do. There's big guns that they can shoot that they want to do down there. There's go-karts that go a lot faster than your normal go-karts do that he wants to take part in down there. And of course, there's just drinking all the world over. So the first night there, we walk over to one of the, like, CVS, Rite Aid, whatever it is, that's got liquor there. And so he buys himself 2 bottles of very, very nice liquor. He buys himself like a Don Julio something.
All right.
And then I forget what whiskey that he bought himself. But still, this is nicer stuff than you should be buying for the room at Vegas when you're kind of on a budget, as it were.
Yeah.
But as we're going, we keep telling him, like, dude, pop the bottle. Let's start drinking. And he says, no, we need to be sober. They told us that we need to be sober in order to go and shoot the big gun. He wants to shoot a Barrett 50 cal. He wants to shoot a Tommy gun, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But you got to be sober in order to do it. So he's not popping this bottle. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, buddy, sober means you're able to walk under your own power here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he didn't. He refused to drink throughout the entirety of the time. He took maybe 2-3 shots out of those bottles combined throughout the entirety of the trip, and he ended up pouring both bottles out before he got to the airport.
Oh, because you can't put them on the plane.
Correct.
Right. Did he have a good time?
He did. Like, we had fun. Like, they haven't been back since because it's just not quite for them. But it's like, you guys.
Or what does he care if you guys were drinking it?
He didn't care too much that we were drinking. He just wasn't.
He wasn't going to do it.
Correct.
He won't participate in the fun. Did he get the fires guns?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got video evidence of him shooting the guns, and it was all fun and
So
fun and
after
whatnot.
that, did he loosen up, or was he still
A little bit, but he had left his bottles at the hotel room, and I had my bottles with me. I had some cheap, like, Svedka vodka in my backpack that
Right.
we were just taking pulls off of the rest of the day.
See, you did it right.
Worst thing that's ever happened to me in Vegas was just, look, I went down there for New Year's Eve. They have fireworks. They had the whole deal. Back then, they had, the guy was Robbie Knievel.
Oh, yeah.
Evil Knievel's son. He was going to jump the
The volcano. or
volcano
something?
outside of the Mirage.
All right.
While the Mirage was still open. So, and I ended up talking to that guy and having a few beers. Turns out at the time he was living in Western Washington, which was kind of a weird conversation.
Maybe say he was just kind of beat up a little bit.
He was the guy that wears a do-rag all the time.
Right.
You know,
he
like,
had a reality show for a while.
Wasn't he like always drunk or something like that?
He's always.
yeah.
Really?
So
And not like fun. Like one of the episodes, I mean, it was his show, and he shows up in some small town in Utah or something, and just gets completely hammered at the dinner, and it's like insulting the mayor.
Oh,
so he's doing this for like he's jumping this thing for like Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
Okay, yeah.
And like most of those things, they are taped.
Yeah.
So they act like they're live, but they're not live. So he's going to jump this thing 2 or 3 times before they get the right take. Blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah. But the night before this and stuff, I'm at the, they had a little Beatles bar in there. And I'm sitting in there having some drinks. And he comes in, and the only seat beside me is open. So he sits down and starts talking to me. And
did you recognize him before?
No, I had no idea who he was. I just asked him, like what he asking me, what are you doing here, blah, blah, blah. And so we start drinking, talking about Western Washington because he lived somewhere over on the peninsula. But he is hammered. And he goes, hey, man, he's like, I'm tired of paying for beer at the bar. Do you want to go outside and drink some of my beers out there? And I was like, what do you mean outside? He's like, I got my RV parked out front. This is like Cousin Eddie. And I'm like, underneath the awning of the entrance to the Mirage Hotel, he's got his RV parked. And it is not a newer RV. It does not look like one the band travels in.
Right.
This thing is like tan. It's got like a Ford in it from like
Winnebago.
1978. It is an old RV. And so I didn't take him up on the offer initially. But the bartender at the time, he goes, when Robbie left, he goes, do you know who that is? And I said, he's the guy who's going to jump the volcano, right? And he's like, yeah, but that's Evel Knievel's son, Robbie Knievel. I was like, oh, think I've heard that name before. That makes sense. Now I know why he's out here. He goes, here's the kicker for you, brother. He's like, he is like the entertainment for our New Year stuff. Other than the volcano blowing up, he's going to jump it. So we offer him a penthouse suite. We offer him one of the best rooms in the hotel because he is an entertainer at the Mirage. And he's like, it's a stock bar. He's like, it's completely comped. The room is comped. He's like, food service is comped. So he was taking advantage of the food service, but he was getting it delivered to his Winnebago out front.
Yeah, that seems about right for that guy.
So the guy tells me all this stuff. He's like, man, there is a liquor cabinet up there. He's like, there's a full bar. There's everything you need. He's like,
Why is he just sticking in the RV?
Because that's where he wants to be.
Because he's that kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to be in the RV. Anyway, he ends up jumping the volcano, blah, 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 blah.
Did you see him do it?
Oh, yeah. Saw him do it like 2 or 3 times.
All right.
It was cool, man. Because, I was basically sitting on the hood of his RV because I already knew the guy drinking his Bud Lights. Because
That's right. You said Bud Light. Like, that is the beer he drinks and nothing else.
So I'm like, you know what, man? Yes, I'll have some of your beers. I'm out there chugging beers in the parking lot, which is a little bit weird because it's the front of the hotel. But so he makes the first jump, makes a second jump, makes a third jump. They're like, all right, cool. That's a take. It was actually pretty cool to watch him do this. It was not nearly as cool as watching the guys that were down at the Red Festival one year who were doing all the trick stuff, who were doing like the loops.
Oh, yeah.
Like the stunt riders. Like he's just jumping a big bike over a fake volcano that's, blowing whatever off the top.
Yeah.
But it was still cool to watch him do it because...
Well, at least he successfully did it. Like I said, his dad, Evel Knievel, the hero to all boys who are our age, like I never saw him successfully complete a stunt. He would do a couple of things like the warm-up crap kind of, but whatever the big event was, the big televised event, like, all right, here it comes, whatever he's going to jump. And I mean, every single time I watched him, dude went down in flames, take him out on a stretcher, and the ambulance drove his ass off.
So they blow up the fireworks at midnight all down the strip. They actually close the strip. So you can't drive your car down it or anything like that. They kind of open it up so you can just walk around on the street, which is a pretty cool experience. At this point in time, they'll have been there for 3 days. And the next day...
By the way, Robbie Knievel died in 2023.
Yeah.
In Reno.
Oh.
Well, he had pancreatic cancer, but I'm just like, Reno.
That's about par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sadly.
we're supposed to fly out New Year's Day. Not a big deal, except for the fact that there was a huge storm here in Seattle. Again, we were up until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Put it on pretty good. Our flight was around 9:30 or 10, so it wasn't unreasonable, but it was still early considering the late night. And this was before the age of the Alaska Airline app letting you know.
Oh, right, that your flight's delayed or
flight's
whatever.
Been delayed or any of that stuff. You I'm sure there was a way to get online and look at it, but at the time it's just, it's not on your phone. And we don't have a computer or anything. So at any rate, we get to the airport. and we see the flight is canceled. Now we're already packed up.
Yeah.
We are checked out of the hotel room, the entire deal. Ice storm in Seattle. We're not going to be able to get any planes in there. Okay, fine. I'm like, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? It's one more day. It's Vegas. Vegas is completely shut down. The entire town is shut down. They have college football games on.
Sure.
The sports betting areas were a little bit more
I'm sure the sports books are probably still open.
But that really was it. Like, you could walk through the casino. There's just nobody there. Like, everybody, all of the employees have basically left. They get like a 2-week period of time after New Year's Day where Vegas kind of just shuts down.
Yeah.
There's no performances. There's no nothing. So we just sat and we're still trying to get updates on our flight. We were there for 2 more days.
Jesus.
And by now,
with nothing to do,
it's
right?
fun. You go downstairs, you rip a couple cigarettes, you play the slots. Like, most of the restaurants were closed. There's no movies. There's nothing. There is nothing going on in Vegas. And you walk around and it's a ghost town, which is not the worst thing in the world, but there's just absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, having nothing to do
Also,
sucked.
you needed to check back into that hotel room. And
was the rate lower?
Oh, it was much. Yeah, after the New Year's Eve, it was ridiculous.
Well, New Year's Eve too. Like, I have some friends that went down there to watch a show at the Sphere.
Okay.
So my one buddy that was planning it just, I don't know, brain fart, whatever. He just didn't think about the fact it was New Year's Eve. So they're all like, and they've already been hanging out during the day, indulging. Let's go to get dinner at 7:00. I was like, it's 7:00 on New Year's Eve.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't just walk in and grab dinner.
Right.
Like, everything's packed. So then, like, the group's like split up. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yeah, you got to factor that in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, restaurants in general, get packed. Like, I was telling Mike last week, New Year's Eve was always like, with my dad, we'd always go to like a fancy dinner or something and then do whatever at night. But yeah, like, he was at
You had
Vegas.
a reservation, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
every
that's-
restaurant they tried to walk into was just like, they basically got laughed them out of there. Like, no.
I think New Year's Eve and Valentine's Day. Like, that was the other one where we just knew for a fact, like, look, man, if you don't have a reservation, there's almost no restaurant in this country that has a table for you.
Yeah.
They just don't. And people, they hang out much longer on Valentine's Day because, it's all lovey and this is their one nice meal they're going to eat or whatever. So I always hated working it. 'Cause it sounds weird, right? But everything's a 2-top, right? And on any other day, maybe it's a 4-top, maybe you get an 8-top. That's actually easier to deal with because it's kind of fewer tickets, so to speak. But Valentine's Day, man, every ticket has 2 of everything, right? The menu is always different for whatever reason. I don't know why restaurants do it. I hated doing it when I was working in restaurants. They picked our restaurant because they like our food. So why on Valentine's Day, the one day you're guaranteed to be packed, do we serve everything other that's normally on the menu? Yeah, God, it's
that Alaska gate is all the way down at the very end of the terminal, and we were walking back and forth because they kept canceling our flights.
Right.
Now, it's like, is this flight going to get out at 7:00 at night? Turns out, no. So then again, you get back into a cab. You go back and check into a hotel room again. And checking into a hotel room, I don't care if there's no one in line in Vegas. It still takes an hour and 75 minutes to check into a hotel room in Vegas.
It's unbelievable how long it takes
I don't know
in Vegas.
what is going on there, but it takes forever. So the process, and then you're unpacking, your toiletries, your clothes.
That's the
trying to
annoying
figure out where to go get dinner. Is this flight really leaving at 7 a.m. the next morning? Blah, 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 blah. And
How long have you been wearing the same pair of underwear?
I was to the point where, I was changing clothes as best I could, but I did not pack for 5 days in Vegas.
That's what I'm saying.
I
So
packed
at
for
some
3
point,
days in Vegas. And then the other one that was the most messed up thing, I'm pretty sure this was me coming back from going to see my kid in San Diego. She went to school down there, and so I went down to see her for a couple days over the holidays. Now, I am the one who messed this up. I want to say that I flew out of Painfield.
All right.
Or it could be, I flew out of Painfield. Flew down to San Diego. Spent the time with my girl. Then I'm flying back home, and my ticket is my ticket, flying into Seattle, whatever time, right? So I don't realize when I booked this flight, I used all Seattle airports instead of one specifically. Now, my car is parked in Everett at Boeing Field up there, all right? My flight back is in SeaTac. Oh. Okay? I don't even, this doesn't even dawn on me when I get on the plane.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it still has not crossed my mind yet that There was no flight back to Payne Field. The only flight that was available was the one into SeaTac. I took the flights they offered me.
Yeah.
I did not see where those two flights were originating and coming into. I just Seattle. You know what I mean? I'm flying into that. So we land in SeaTac, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man! This is like it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, oh my God, my car is in Everett. You know, I need to go get my car.
Yeah.
So I took about $150, which was expensive at the time, a $150 Uber, all the way from SeaTac to Payne Field, to then just drive another 35, 40 minutes back home.
Right, and the direction from when you just
Oh
came.
my God. Oh my God. I was just like, I am the biggest idiot in the world. Like, who is this stupid? And plus parking was like another $150 too. So
I mean, I could see overlooking that a little bit. You know,
No,
in
just-
your mind, I'm leaving Seattle. I go to San Diego, then I return to Seattle. Right? Oh, I would not have thought about it either, man.
But the weather sucked. It's like, so we flew into bad snow. Then, you know, the Uber driver's going 5 miles an hour. Once you get up to Everett, like it ices over a little bit more.
Yeah.
The road's a little bit more slick up there for whatever reason. I think it's below or above the rain shadow.
Did you not check it after you booked it?
No, I never even looked at it. I just, you know, put it in your wallet, download your.
Yeah, I wouldn't
your
think
ticket.
to look either.
I'm flying down
I
the
check
street.
it all the time.
But you're probably right to do
just
that.
to make sure.
No, I didn't even think about it.
Especially because like a lot of times when I fly to DC or Baltimore, you can hit all airports, but like I got to be specific whether if I'm visiting family closer to Baltimore, BWI. If it's my brother in Virginia, Dulles. But like,
because there's what
2 days beforehand, I'll check it just to make sure I didn't screw it up.
Especially on the way back. I can handle a different airport getting there or whatever. Like I fly direct, that's fine. But other than that, like I am in. Because I thought to myself, where did I park? Like, nothing was dawning on me. Even when we
How long did it take you to figure out? Like, after you get to SeaTac, how long before you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm up the road?
Well, because normally I take a picture of where I park my car. The
Right.
number, and I'm like, what level did I park on? Where? Because I'm walking toward the parking garage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, which is not bad because I needed to get an Uber anyway.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it all dawned on me. Like, it was a very early flight out. So, you drive up, get on the plane, you leave. I did, I think I slept the entire flight. So I didn't even think about it. And then when I land, I'm like, you've got to be effing kidding me. You've got to be effing
That
kidding me.
sucks.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. I had to fly to Houston this weekend, and the hotel said the Spark by Hilton. It's on the hotel on the airport property, but it's still a good distance away from the airport. So I get off the plane. There's me and one other guy, and that airport is so freaking big. The international airport in Houston, Bush Airport, whatever it is. So just finding how to get outside was a challenge. I finally get out there. I'm just tired because it's an overnight flight, whatever. And I'm waiting for the shuttle to pick my ass up and take me to the Spark by Hilton. No problem. So the guy rolls up, two people get out, and I walk up, and he's like, can I help you? I said, this is the shuttle for the Spark by Hilton, as it says on the side. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, well, you can't get in yet. I'm like, why not? He's like, I actually have to call it in. I'm like, I'm literally standing here talking to you, man. So I had to call the hotel, and then she has to verify all my information. And she's like, well, he should be there shortly. I said, I'm literally standing next to the guy now. She's like, well, why did you call? I said, he said that I have to call. Oh, yeah, it's a protocol. I'm just like, okay, all right, man. Then I get in. Real nice guy. But I'm like, that was so stupid. He's like, it is. He goes, but if you don't call it in and I drop your ass off, I will actually get in trouble. It's like, okay.
Your guess is as good as mine. Cut up our categories today. The cost of the NFL experience and the 15 worst cities in the United States for traffic. And we've got your emails coming up next to the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a serial killer realizes that his wood chipper can also be used as a mulcher. But first, a man was fatally mauled by a grizzly bear early this morning in front of his family.
That is terrifying, man. It's terrible that his family had to see that.
It is. 37-year-old Mario Hollander was attacked by the bear before the bear disappeared into the surrounding woods. But his family says that Mario died doing what he loved.
What did he love doing?
According to his family, Mario loved bear wrestling. To each their own. Rest in peace, Mr. Hollander.
Or rest in peace is.
Let me ask you, my friend, how would you die if you died doing what you love?
Yeah, I can't die doing what I love.
What do you mean you can't die doing what you love?
I love living, man, so I can't die doing what I love.
Okay, well, you do understand that one day you will die in spite of your love for living.
Yeah, but I'm going to die doing what I hate.
What do you hate?
Dying, Stone.
Ah.
If you were to die doing what you love, what are you doing, Playboy?
I'd be with my lovely wife.
Yeah, Playboy, play little stink finger.
Felix! Not like that! What even is stink finger? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
You're lost, Playboy.
Anyway, if I died doing what I love, I'd be with my wife.
Yeah.
Stop! I'd be with my wife, staring at the night sky in a small village we once visited in France.
That's sweet, man.
Thank you, Felix.
Yeah, man, you and your wife adorable, Playboy. Boring, but adorable.
Okay, Mr. I Love Living. If you were to die doing the part of living that you love most, what are you doing?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'd join you and your wife in that French village, looking at the night sky with you.
That's very flattering, but I don't want you with me and my wife in the French village.
I'm kidding, man. That sounds terrible. Nah, I'd be in a king-size bed with Yolanda.
Yolanda? Who's this Yolanda?
She's this woman I know with a particular set of skills, man. Also, she has 3 breasts, 1 leg, and likes to play stink finger.
That's how you'd go out? Playing this... What is it?
Stink finger.
Playing stink finger with a 3-breasted, 1-legged woman named Yolanda.
Yeah, man. Hypothetically.
I used to play stink finger.
What?
Stink finger. I used to play stink finger.
Why are you bringing this up right now, Bonnie?
I was gonna bring it up a minute ago, but you said that you didn't want to know what stink finger is.
I don't! I don't want to know what stink finger is!
Well, I'm not gonna tell you what stink finger is. I just wanted to say that I understand why Felix would want to be playing stink finger if he died suddenly. Because I've played stink finger.
Thank you, Bonnie. I've got it. Thank you for your unsolicited insight.
You're welcome.
This is ridiculous. So, in the perfect world, you would die in a bed with this Yolanda character while playing this stink finger game of yours.
That is correct, Stone.
Not surrounded by loved ones or friends and family.
What? Nah, man, my loved ones would be there too.
In bed with you?
And Yolanda, yeah.
You are a disturbing individual.
Nah, man, just carrying on the family tradition. I was a child when my great-great-grandfather Chester died, in bed with Yolanda, playing stink finger.
You were there?
Whole family was, man. That's when I knew I wanted to go out like great-great-grandpa Chester.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Look, it beats being mauled by a grizzly bear, Playboy.
Agreed. Which, if you're just joining us, is our top story. A local man was mauled by a grizzly bear in the early morning hours. We'll be back next hour.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
As we get ready for Unwrapped on Friday night, couple programming notes. First of all, we'll be doing our show live starting at 2 o'clock from Tony V's up in Everett.
That is correct.
And hopefully you'll be joining us for that live broadcast. It's absolutely free. You got to be 21 years of age. They do have the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven in the bright yellow can available. So,
excellent. Now keep in mind, as Mike can attest, our live broadcast is not the VIP experience. What was this phone call you got earlier?
So there was a little bit of a confusion because those that bought the Palace Law Premium VIP experience,
right?
That shows doors opening around 4, I believe. I don't have it right there in front of me, but it has it opening at 4.
Well, that's a hell of a spread in there too.
But then all of a sudden they hear about a pre-funk that's starting at 2. So I got a phone call saying, "Hey, I thought the pre-funk was supposed to be at 4. Now I'm hearing it's 2 over at Tony's." So there is a difference. If you paid for the VIP experience, that starts at 4 o'clock over at Angel of the Winds. The follow-up question was, how is the men's room guys supposed to be there if they're going to be at Tony V's? We will show up immediately following the show.
Yeah.
Go on in, grab a drink, get yourselves all good and revved up before we get there.
We got a couple of interviews to do up there. Actually, we've got a couple of the bands from Unwrapped coming down to join us at Tony V's.
Yeah.
So live, Ted versus the FCC will be on hand. You'll be a part of the live studio audience. All the questions and all that, it's going to be you answering them there.
That's it.
In Tony V's. So it's going to be a good time. A little bit of warm-up there as we get set for our very first Unwrapped concert.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. If you don't have tickets yet, KISW.com. I believe the tickets, there are a few still as low as $55.
Damn. Okay.
So you can get in there. It's going to be a hell of a lineup. I'm looking forward to seeing Wolf Van Halen's band.
That's my primary one right
Shinedown, they're going to kill it. I mean, those guys are unbelievably talented acoustic. And we had a chance to talk to Taylor Monson from The Pretty Reckless.
Correct. What if they said the rest of the band but not her? Would you be pissed?
Just The Pretty Reckless.
Yeah.
Well, look.
I would be. I mean, look, nothing against the band, but it's like, we know who she is. Plus, she just did what...
she did the Soundgarden introduction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was up here in Seattle.
I want to talk to her about that. That's
rehearsing with the band. And,
that's crazy, man.
Jim Carrey introduced Soundgarden at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And
what was the connection with that?
I don't believe they'd seen each other since she was 5 years old, and they starred in The Grinch.
Oh,
They were
right,
in the
right,
Grinch
right.
together. And apparently Jim Carrey's a major Soundgarden fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Miles was telling us that the first time he did SNL, like, Soundgarden was the musical guest.
Right.
And then he liked him so much, he requested him the second time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he had like a bond with him.
Okay.
It's going to be a great night. Unwrapped tickets on sale now, KISW.com. Hopefully, if you've got a ticket one way or another, stop by Tony V's and enjoy the live broadcast before the show.
Any word on Rocky Top?
From Brent and Zach?
Oh, you made the request.
Well, you got to talk to him.
All right.
I
I ran into my Tennessee friend this Saturday. We were drinking and we kept singing it.
I think we're chatting with them at the VIP thing.
We are.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so bring it up again. Like, come on, man. Maybe he can just do it there. Just the VIP, right? So you got your tickets to the VIP, watch Brent from Shinedown perform old Rocky Top. I think it's worth it.
It's going to be a great night. I'm telling you.
You have no idea how excited I'd be.
Would you sing with him?
Just the parts I know.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing Daughtry, Hollywood Undead.
I can't wait to see Daughtry.
The lineup is fantastic for this show.
It really is, man.
So Angel of the Winds is the arena. Tony V's is like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, the lineup's so great. I had a buddy hit me up last week. I was like, yeah, you can come with me.
Oh, nice.
You got a +1 now.
Yeah.
He can buy
He's
all the
fired
beer
up.
for us. Sweet. Okay, let's see here. Do we have time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Birthdays, we go. Ola Bachola's my friend Nicole is having a birthday today. She was always a blonde bombshell hottie type. We live on different coasts now, but I doubt much has changed. She's the type that can be 50 years old and still get carded. So let's give her a Pat Sajak, a Bruce Willis, the Johnson thing, that the big dummy caller Jeff loves so much, and some dirty dad jokes for Miles. If it's not too much, I'll throw in some comments from the Inaction News team. Thanks, guys. That from Brett.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one.
She got a roof to do your girl and your Johnson.
Yeah, I hope you're down for some Gray Johnson.
Felix.
I can supply some of that.
You don't talk about your Johnson live on the air. This is radio. This is different than regular news.
You never slept with a gray man.
Dad jokes. Guys, I asked my girl what she wanted for Christmas, and she told me nothing is going to make me happier than a diamond necklace.
All right.
So I bought nothing. I haven't seen that many advent calendars this year.
No?
No, their days are numbered.
Okay.
And finally, what do sweet potatoes wear to bed? What do sweet potatoes?
Pajamas?
Clothes? Yammies.
Yammies.
I like this one. This is a positive birthday request. Dear fellow idiots. Every year I write in to make a birthday request, and every year you all mess it up. My gorgeous wife, now of 40-some years, has asked for two things. The first is for Thrill to talk about packages as Dirty Santa, not the Germans. And all I want for Christmas is a fish sandwich. But you never play it, so cheers to messing it up again this year. That from Jay, your chief professional interrogation role player in the Men's Room Army.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich?
Oh. You know why I say ho, ho, ho? Because I like 3 bitches at once. Merry Christmas, whore.
A couple more. All the Cholos, today's my 49th trip around the sun. Can I please get some advice from Coke Ted on how to celebrate my final year of my 40s and some fabulous dad jokes from Miles? Sending lots of love, guys, from lovely San Diego, California, and that is for Amy's birthday.
All right, your last year, your 40s, what are you going to do? I'll tell you what Coke Ted would do. Completely F it up. Go out tonight. It's Monday night. Do a bunch of drugs. Blow off work tomorrow. Before you know it, it'll be Saturday, and you might be in jail.
Yeah, let's see here. What's a Christmas tree's favorite candy? What is a Christmas tree's favorite candy?
Hang on. Christmas tree's favorite candy.
I don't know.
Ornaments.
Okay.
What did the electrician's wife say when he came home late from work?
I don't know.
There's no spark left?
Why are you insulate?
You're so proud of yourself.
Why are you insulate? And finally, why was the letter E the only letter to get a present from Santa?
Why?
Because all the other letters were naughty.
That's pretty good.
And finally, for the birthdays, all the Bacholas, guys, it's my brother Jim Bader's 58th trip around the sun. Could you give me your penis is too small? And the Dirty Germans talking about how good he is out drumming. Thanks, guys. That from his brother Chris.
Yeah, I do not know much about this drumming, but I know he knows how to handle these skins.
See how ends the sticks. Mm-hmm. He's always holding them and twisting them around.
Yeah.
Stop twisting around my stick.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. Let's get a contestant on the line now for Your Guess Is As Good As Mine, 206-803-ROCK, 206-803-ROCK. If you'd like to be a contestant and play the game. In the meantime, a couple extra emails while we get a caller on the line. Subject, do some good. Guys, years ago, I was driving down First Avenue in Seattle, and I saw a young woman, early 20s, fall face down into the concrete. She was alone, and no one was stopping to help her. I immediately pulled over and ran back to see if she was okay. She was completely wasted from going out the night before. She had Seahawks beads on. Her makeup was running. She could barely talk and barely keep her eyes open. So I flagged a couple guys down, told them to get a bottle of water at a nearby Starbucks, as I did my best to keep her awake. I called 911 and saw that her cell phone was ringing over and over and over from someone named Baby. She had a wedding ring on, so I'm assuming it was her husband calling. I answered the call and told them where she was. The woman then puked all over the sidewalk. Finally, EMTs arrived and checked her out. After she puked, she seemed more okay. The person who called came and finally did pick her up. I never knew who that woman was or what became of her, but I hope she is healthy and happy. Positive vibes. That from the lovely Elizabeth.
Baby.
I think we've all been there in the morning.
Oh, for sure.
And one more. Why was sleep important to the story? Abachola's back in my mid-20s. I lived on First Hill in downtown Seattle. I would catch the bus to West Seattle to party with my friends on the weekend. Well, one Friday night, after a night of partying, I hopped on the bus around midnight to get back home. Unfortunately, I fell asleep and woke up to the bus driver telling me it was the last stop and I had to get off in Northgate. Mind you, it was December. There was snow out. It's about 35 degrees. It's 2 a.m. at this point, and I realize the next bus is not coming until 5 a.m.
Oh.
Luckily, I had a few beers, some weed, and smokes in my backpack. So I drank them, smoked some weed, smoked some cigarettes, and fell asleep again. I was awakened by the bus pulling up, which I was very happy about. So I get on the bus, and off we go. I was awakened again by the bus driver.
Oh, no.
Back in West Seattle, at the last stop, telling me I had to get off. Luckily, the bus to get me back to downtown Seattle is just pulling up across the street. So I run over, jump on. This time I managed to stay awake, got home around 9 a.m. and crashed. But the story didn't end there. Apparently my phone fell out of my pocket on one of those last two buses. Didn't realize this until I woke up later in the afternoon. After getting a new phone and activating it, I realized there are some very weird names in my contacts now, like Little G, Smooth, and Crackhead Dave.
Crackhead Dave?
Then I started getting texts from people looking for crack. At this point, I pieced it together. A crack dealer found my phone on the bus and or decided to use it as his burner. Then I get a text from a very angry individual who's telling me how I owe him money. I kept telling him I lost my phone on the bus and the person he's looking for is not me. Eventually, he called me. After many angry texts, and I finally convinced him I was not the crack dealer that he was looking for. Months later, I was still getting crackheads texting my number looking for rocks. It's hard to convince a crackhead you aren't a crack dealer. Love the show, fellas.
Damn.
That from Morgan. Okay, time for all your guess is as good as mine. It's an easy game to play. We pick from one of two categories there, and you try to get as many right in said category. Before 3 strikes and you're out, Steve, who is our contestant? Ready to play your guess is as good as mine.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the mid-room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Brock, welcome back to the program, and your guess is as good as mine. Okay, Brock, here you go. Just out today, we have the 15 cities in the United States with the worst traffic. A report looked into traffic congestion across the country, found that the typical driver lost 49 hours in traffic in 2025. That is a 6-hour jump from 2024. And it cost the country about $85 billion, an increase of 11% from last year. So we have the 15 cities that have the worst traffic in the United States. And also for you, Brock, a new study came out that revealed the most expensive NFL teams to support on game day. So the 10 most expensive NFL teams for fans, based on average ticket price, cost of a 16-ounce beer, parking, hot dog price in the stadium. So you can either go with the top 10 or the bottom 10 on that category, or the 15 cities in the U.S. with the worst traffic. Where are you going to go?
Originally, the cities would be kind of, I feel like, easier, but since the Hawks are doing so well, I'm going to go with the NFL. So
Okay.
NFL.
Are you going to go with the most expensive stadiums in the United States to see a football game or the least?
I'm going to go most expensive, I believe.
Most expensive. Okay. You know how the game is played, Brock. Try to get as many right in said category before 3 strikes you're out. As far as the fan experience goes, again, this includes the ticket price, beer, food, and parking. That's how they determined which team cost fans the most to support in person during the 2024 season. So what's your first guess? On your guess is as good as mine.
I feel like this is going to be harder than I think, but, I mean, you have to go with, like, Dallas to start with, I guess.
The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are the 9th most expensive place to see a football game. So to give you an example, the average ticket price in Dallas is about $167. The cost for a 16-ounce beer is $9.50. Parking is $50, and $7.50 will get you a hot dog for a grand total of $234 for one seat.
Damn.
In Dallas.
I mean, I think also, just think of newer stadiums.
Like L.A.?
Right, so you figure either the Chargers or the Rams.
Probably the Rams.
Or the Raiders, 'cause that's a Brady stadium.
I was definitely going with the Rams as my next one.
Rams are on the list. They are number 4. The average ticket price, $207. 16-ounce beer is $12.
Damn.
Which is pretty pricey. Parking there is $50. Hot dog price in stadium is $10.26. To go to a Raiders game is going to cost you $280.
Rams game?
I'm sorry, I thought you said the Las Vegas Raiders.
Nope.
Said the Rams.
No.
Oh, the Rams.
I said Rams.
Oh, sorry, you're wrong. They're not on the list.
Oh, the Rams are not on the list.
No, they're not.
But we might as well give them Raiders.
Yeah, take the Raiders now. Brock, you might as well.
The Raiders. I get the Raiders. You got to give me that one.
All right, I'll give you the Raiders. Okay.
All right. Well, shoot.
By the way.
And in the end, you're seeing the Raiders.
Right.
I mean, that's, like, I get it's Vegas. I understand that. The stadium is cool, but It's the Raiders. The on-field product is garbage.
Awful. They say
all the
that
time.
some historically strong teams like the Ravens and Patriots fall in the middle of the price range along with the Seahawks.
I can believe that.
Atlanta Falcons fans enjoy the cheapest hot dogs in the NFL, $2 each. Jacksonville Jaguars rank the third most affordable with a total cost of $124 per game experience. Arizona is the second most affordable experience, $107 for the entire game. They tie with the Tennessee Titans, offering the most affordable game day experience at $107 as well.
And more terrible product, yeah.
Okay. All right, Brock, where are you going now?
All right, so
There are
I
three
gotta go rich cities. Let's
There-
try San Francisco. Sorry.
San Francisco. That's number 10 on the list. Parking is what kills you in San Francisco. The average cost to park is $70. Hot dogs are $9 and a beer is $11.50. I will tell you this, one surprising division has 3 teams
In the
that
top
are,
10?
that are in the top 3.
Oh, damn.
In the top 3. They're NFC.
I mean, it could be the NFC East just because the Giants are expensive.
It is not.
It's not.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are already on there.
I was going to go with Giants next, but no. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
So what if we go to the north to like Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota?
All right, how about Chicago?
Chicago's number 3.
Wow.
Average ticket price is $240.
Jeez.
A beer will run you $8.80. Parking only $25 though. And a hot dog in Soldier Field is $7.87. For a grand total of $281 for one seat.
I mean, they're having a decent season, but still. In that case, I would guess like Detroit and Minnesota.
I was going to go because of the whole destination. What about Green Bay?
Green Bay's number 2 on the list.
Really?
The average ticket price is $231. A beer is $9.50. Parking is $50. Cheapest thing they got is a stadium hot dog for $5.38. Total cost $296 to visit Lambeau Field. My money says if you're going to Lambeau, probably worth the experience.
I'm just not eating a hot dog. I'm eating a Brats, Wisconsin.
No kidding.
That's just got to be the heritage of Lambeau.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's a very big tourist lake.
Right.
Not
They're
only that-
very friendly. To me, it kind of seems like Wrigley Field a little bit.
It's also very exclusive. So one of the things they say on this ticket price is exclusivity. Most people have season tickets. There are not a lot of tickets available.
Right.
So when you do get a ticket, it's going to cost you a little bit more. All right, so Brock, you're right on the Packers being the second most expensive NFL team to see live. Chicago Bears come in at 3rd. The Raiders are in 4th. Dallas 9 and San Francisco 10.
So there's 3 from the NFC North, so that means it's either Detroit or Minnesota.
Doesn't Minnesota have a new stadium?
New-ish, yeah.
Got to pay for that new stadium.
Yeah, that's
Detroit I know, and Detroit's been so hot, their ticket price has to go up. I'm going to go Detroit.
Detroit's number 1. One of the poorest cities in the United States has the highest average NFL experience ticket cost.
Well, that's what killed me with the Green Bay. I mean, these are not bustling metropolises here, you know.
Average ticket price $253 to see the Lions. 16-ounce beer is relatively affordable, $6.
All right.
Parking is $60, and a hot dog is $8 for a total of $327.93 to see the Detroit Lions play football.
I will say, last time I went to a Seahawks game, I had a hot dog. Something nice about eating a dog at a game.
There is, man. I don't know why. You can make them at home, but for whatever reason, at a sporting event, they're just better.
All right, Brock, you've got 4 teams remaining. 2 in the AFC and 2 in the NFC.
I feel like one that gets a lot of attention just because it's been a heritage team. Everybody loves them, the Broncos.
That's not a bad call, actually.
I want to say Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's number 6 on the list. Average ticket price $201. Average beer $15.
Damn,
that's one of the most expensive in the NFL. Probably for good reason. To
I was
keep the
going to
fans
say,
in check.
yeah, I can.
$40. You can park there, and in Philadelphia you can get a hot dog for $6.50. All right, there's 3 teams left. You've got 1 strike against you, Brox. You've got 2 strikes left and 3 teams remaining. One is in the same conference division as the Philadelphia Eagles.
That makes it easy.
Oh. So
you've already got the Cowboys.
You got the Cowboys. We know the Giants aren't in there.
That's DC.
Number 8. DC is an expensive ticket, $186. Beer costs you $11, even though it's expired. Parking
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay, $40, and a hot dog will run you $9 for a grand total of $246 to see the Washington Commanders.
All right, so I want to go with Mike on this one. Let's go Denver.
Denver. Think better teams.
Never listen to Mike.
Think better teams in the AFC. 2 teams that seemingly
maybe
are
the
always
Chiefs?
The Chiefs isn't bad.
I mean, they've been so good, it's got to be an expensive ticket.
Bills and Bengals.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll go the Chiefs.
Chiefs are number 5. $193 ticket, $8.50 beer, $67 to park in KC. Hot dogs are only $5.
It is a cool place to see a game, though.
I'd say worth it if you go.
$275 is your grand total if you want to see the Chiefs.
If you Uber to that stadium, get your Uber back early because they run out fast.
Yeah.
And then you might end up stranded out there.
And it's kind of in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Yeah.
Brock, 9 out of the 10 you've got. You got 2 strikes. You got 1 left. What's your last pick here?
You said AFC team?
AFC team.
Yeah.
Bills.
AFC team. I'll go Buffalo. Yeah, let's go Buffalo.
You ran the table.
All right.
Buffalo Bills. $212 for a ticket, $8.80 for a beer. Parking is $25, and dogs are $11.25.
How much for tables?
Yeah, really. As far as the Seattle Seahawks, I'll believe it or not, one of the most affordable game day experiences in the NFL. They come in 22nd. Average ticket cost is $107. A beer will run you $10.50. You should pick up a Men's Room IPA in the bright yellow can if you do that. Parking is $40, and a hot dog's $5 for a grand total of $162.81.
Where's this $40 parking?
Good call.
I've
never seen it.
I've seen 80 to 100.
Maybe if you have a permit.
I guess. I've never seen $40 to park at a Seahawks game.
Coming up until 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a serial killer realizes that his wood chipper can also be used as a mulcher. But first, a man was fatally mauled by a grizzly bear early this morning in front of his family.
That is terrifying, man. It's terrible that his family had to see that.
It is. 37-year-old Mario Hollander was attacked by the bear before the bear disappeared into the surrounding woods. But his family says that Mario died doing what he loved.
What did he love doing?
According to his family, Mario loved bear wrestling. To each their own. Rest in peace, Mr. Hollander.
Or rest in peace is.
Let me ask you, my friend, how would you die if you died doing what you love?
Yeah, I can't die doing what I love.
What do you mean you can't die doing what you love?
I love living, man, so I can't die doing what I love.
Okay, well, you do understand that one day you will die in spite of your love for living.
Yeah, but I'm going to die doing what I hate.
What do you hate?
Dying, Stone.
Ah.
If you were to die doing what you love, what are you doing, Playboy?
I'd be with my lovely wife.
Yeah, Playboy, play a little stink finger.
Felix, not like that. What even is steak finger? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
You're lost, Playboy.
Anyway, if I died doing what I love, I'd be with my wife.
Yeah.
Stop! I'd be with my wife, staring at the night sky in a small village we once visited in France.
That's sweet, man.
Thank you, Felix.
Yeah, man, you and your wife adorable, Playboy. Boring, but adorable.
Okay, Mr. I Love Living. If you were to die doing the part of living that you love most, what are you doing?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'd join you and your wife in that French village, looking at the night sky with you.
That's very flattering, but I don't want you with me and my wife in the French village.
I'm kidding, man. That sounds terrible. Nah, I'd be in a king-size bed with Yolanda.
Yolanda? Who's this Yolanda?
She's this woman I know with a particular set of skills, man. Also, she has 3 breasts, 1 leg, and likes to play stink finger.
That's how you'd go out? Playing this... what is it?
Stink finger.
Playing stink finger with a 3-breasted, 1-legged woman named Yolanda.
Yeah, man, hypothetically.
I used to play Stinkfinger.
What?
Stinkfinger. I used to play Stinkfinger.
Why are you bringing this up right now, Bonnie?
I was gonna bring it up a minute ago, but you said that you didn't want to know what Stinkfinger is.
I don't! I don't want to know what Stinkfinger is!
Well, I'm not gonna tell you what Stinkfinger is. I just wanted to say that I understand why Felix would want to be playing Stinkfinger if he died suddenly. Because I've played Stinkfinger.
Thank you, Bonnie. I've got it. Thank you for your unsolicited insight.
You're welcome.
This is ridiculous. So, in a perfect world, you would die in a bed with this Yolanda character while playing this Stinkfinger game of yours.
That is correct, Stone.
Not surrounded by loved ones or friends and family.
What? Nah, man, my loved ones would be there too.
In bed with you?
And Yolanda, yeah.
You are a disturbing individual.
Nah, man, just carrying on the family tradition. I was a child when my great-great-grandfather Chester died, in bed with Yolanda, playing Stinkfinger.
You were there?
Whole family was, man. That's when I knew I wanted to go out like great-great-grandpa Chester.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Look, it beats being balled by a grizzly bear, Playboy.
Agreed. Which, if you're just joining us, is our top story. A local man was mauled by a grizzly bear in the early morning hours. We'll be back next hour.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, how does cell phone usage lead to back pain? Doctors have a hunch. But first, we start with potentially terrifying news from NASA and the European Space Agency. Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, man. My dad, man, when I was a kid, he'd always say, European, when I'd use the bathroom. You know, because I was peeing.
I fully understand the context of the joke, Felix, but this is not the time for that. This is serious news.
Yeah, my bad, man.
As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, potentially terrifying news from NASA and the European Space... NASA and other space agencies are confirming that a giant asteroid is possibly headed towards Earth. Based on its current trajectory, experts are warning that it has up to a 45% chance of colliding with Earth. The mass of the asteroid suggests that this could be an extinction-level event.
What are they so worried about, man?
As I stated, Felix, the mass of the asteroid could be extinction level. It's estimated to be 6 times larger than the asteroid that killed dinosaurs.
Okay, so what's the plan?
The plan?
Yeah, man, what's the plan?
Every nation in the world is working to come up with a solution. We're facing extinction.
You keep saying that, Playboy.
I can't emphasize enough the peril the human race is potentially facing. I know that the world's nuclear powers are convening to possibly coordinate a multifaceted launch of nuclear weapons to attempt to readjust the asteroid's orbit.
Nuclear weapons? Man, why wouldn't they just send rockets for the Preparation H?
Preparation H for a giant asteroid? What are you talking about?
My dad, man. When I was younger, my dad used to get asteroids. Now, we finally started using Preparation H. Asteroids didn't go away, but they did shrink to the point that they were manageable.
I'm talking about an asteroid, not a hemorrhoid.
I know my dad's asteroids were hemorrhoids. He's a man. He got hemorrhoids. My mom got her roids.
What?
Anybody can get asteroids, Playboy. Men get hemorrhoids, women get her roids. But asteroids is asteroids.
My heavenly father.
That's why we should send rockets for the Preparation H, man. They'll shrink the asteroid down to a manageable size.
My father used to have asteroids too, but my father was obese, or as my mother used to call him, meaty. He had meteoroids.
No. He had hemorrhoids.
Well, sure, because he's a man, and men get hemorrhoids.
Okay, that's what I've been trying to tell him, Bonnie, but he won't listen.
I am listening, even though I shouldn't be. This asteroid, the one that has a 45% chance of ending all life on Earth, is a giant rock. If it smashes into a planet, there's not enough Preparation H on Earth to help us.
What about Anusol?
What?
In Proctor's own HC, my dad says that stuff worked pretty well too, man.
Did he ever get a hydrocortisone topical?
Guys, this asteroid is a clear and present danger to all life. No amount of Preparation H, Anusol, hydrocortisone topical is going to help humanity.
Epsom salts?
No!
Okay, Stone, if you're so smart, what would you do?
The nuclear option!
See, Stone, you sound like you have roid rage, man.
So-called roid rage is based on steroids, Felix.
Yeah, you get steroids when you walk up and down the stairs too much.
Cheese and rice, that is not what steroids are. This conversation went on for the next 25 minutes. 25 very long minutes. The good news is that the life-ending asteroid missed the Earth. Although, truth be told, I was kind of hoping that it would hit the planet and put me out of my conversational misery. Anyway, we'll be back next hour.
All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink a toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check in with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study found that rent in Seattle has risen dramatically in the last 5 years.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's averaging, I was looking at the numbers, it's averaging about $100 a year.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I mean, it's already expensive, man. But
what was it, like a one-bedroom has gone up by $450 in the last 5 years. A two-bedroom has gone up by about $500 a month in the last 5 years.
It's just crazy. You know, I think about like when I moved out of my parents' house, you know, I'd spend $125 a month and shared a house with 4 other guys, right?
Right.
I don't believe that that is possible.
No.
Right? Like when my kids move out, like, man, you might have to leave the city, dude.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how you...
That's half the reason why I ended up as far south as I did. Is just because you have to go that far just to find a halfway decent place to live.
Right, for the money. Sure.
Exactly. And now I have to drive up and spend all the extra money parking in downtown Seattle.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic. Luckily, there's buses. A virus that most of us pick up in childhood with mild symptoms has been linked to bladder cancer later on in life.
Wait, what's the virus?
What's the virus?
I forget what the name of the virus was, but it's, you know, as a kid, you pick up all these different viruses.
Sure.
You know, it's something that you fight off, and you get mild symptoms. You get a fever, something like that. Like 94% of us carry this virus within us at this very moment.
Oh, cool.
But where it's sitting is like actually causing bladder cancer, just because of if it reactivates, sort of a thing, it then creates the cancerous cells.
Okay, don't reactivate.
So
yeah,
do not reactivate.
Go and get yourself scanned. That's what you need to do. Get yourself checked. Apparently, Putin's scientists have mobilized a squadron of remote-controlled pigeons outfitted with brain implant devices.
I saw the headline. I didn't read much about it.
Neither did I.
But yeah, it's just like, okay.
I just saw a pigeon with this contraption on it. And I understand the conspiracy theory. Birds aren't real.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a baby pigeon, that sort of thing? What's the point?
I don't know.
Well, they already have a practical application that humans use.
What do you mean?
Like homing pigeons. I mean, they already do something that, you know what I mean, like they're kind of trained to do.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe surveillance.
Yeah, maybe.
But even then, like I've seen pigeons, they're not exactly dipping in on the most brilliant of conversations.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. You can make them eavesdrop. I mean, if you would train them right and attach them with stuff. Seems kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Why pigeons?
Maybe they're trained. No, I don't know.
Why not squirrels? I mean, they're just kind of everywhere.
Sure.
Because squirrels would run away.
That's true.
Pigeons will fly away. They'll walk away.
Right, they have the option to fly, but they
just walk.
They just walk and I don't know. Think about this though, you walk by pigeons downtown in the city,
and they just move out of the way.
You might see a squirrel kind of once in a while, but if there's just a group of squirrels sitting there, I'd be like, what are they doing?
Doesn't Mike Tyson, doesn't he train pigeons?
Yeah, that's one of his little hobbies.
But I also think that what I saw there is very conspicuous. It's like a pigeon with a backpack. You're looking at it is that pigeon going to school?
That's the thing. I saw the picture and I'm like, well, everyone's going to know that it's spying on you. Pigeons don't usually have headgear, man.
Right. This pigeon has been touched by human hands.
Yeah.
That would be kind of weird. Wonder what's in his little backpack.
Seeds.
I'd open it.
I would too. If you had a pigeon with a backpack, I got to know what's in his backpack.
Sorry, man. Human took my homework.
It's like my idea about Halloween one year, dressing up a dog as a drug dog. Except he has drugs on him.
That'll throw everybody off.
You open up his little pack.
Oh my God!
His little vest.
He's got a little tack vest full of little baggies.
Yeah, he's got a blunt in there.
That's a great idea, Ted.
Hey man, can I get a teeth?
Drug dog's here. Everybody freaking out. No, man.
No, he's got
the
drugs.
opposite. He's got drugs.
Nah, he's the good drug dog.
Yeah,
man.
you want to hang out with him.
Hey man, you need some?
Right.
Left pocket.
Right.
Put your thinking caps on, Jets. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day, brought to you by the letter B. It is a noun, and I give you guys a 90% success chance on this one. And it refers to confident or brave talk or behavior that is intended to... Yes, it is bravado. Well done,
Oh, wow.
Steve. Excellent work. Yes, very good.
Didn't even have time to think.
Didn't have to. The problem is...
Don't need to.
The word brave's already in there, so it knocks that one out.
Yeah.
Bravado. Enjoy. A new study found that extreme heat may be damaging young children's brains.
Extreme hate?
Heat. Sorry.
Oh, heat.
I
heard
hate
little
too.
kids hate that much, man.
I fat-mouthed it over here.
Well, doesn't extreme heat have a negative impact on anyone's brain?
Yeah.
Any animal? Your dog, your cat, your kid, you, your parents, extreme heat.
Right.
If you got heat stroke, it's a lot better to be in a freezing cold water situation, to get your ass back to normal than it is to be in the heat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A new major study found that ultra-processed plant-based foods show no heart benefits.
What is an ultra-processed plant-based food?
My guess is like a Beyond or an Impossible situation.
Yeah.
Ultra-processed, anything
Okay, well,
they're touching too
does
much.
it bring you any harm? Or is it just it's not doing you good?
That's the other question.
Right. If it's not doing any harm, who cares?
Right.
If it's not doing anything, then you're just eating it as a meat substitute.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're full, and that is good.
That's end goal, right?
Right.
It's giving me the nutrients that I need, and it's filling my tummy.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. Tattoos were linked to a 29% higher risk of melanoma.
Cool.
Good luck, Steve.
Yep, I'm dead.
Godspeed, bud.
They asked me this week, how many tattoos do you have? I said, look, the general statement is, if you know the number, you don't have enough.
Okay.
Right? I was like, that's generally how people look at it. Because at some point, you just stop counting.
Sure.
And then they're all next to each other, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
You have a rough estimate?
And
20, 25? I honestly, I don't know. I stopped counting at some point. And when I stopped counting, I think I was at 15.
Well, and even then, you have a lot that are kind of, they're layering over each other now. You've developed into sleeves.
So it looks like just right.
So, does that count as multiple? Does that count as one? Are we counting the number of times that you've been in the chair?
I think it's the number of times you've been in the chair, right? Because on my right arm, it ends up being a sleeve, but it was not a sleeve by design.
Sure.
It's just, you can fit another one there, right? So you do. But now it just looks like one big tattoo, but it's not. But basically, if I do not have my shirt on, it's just one giant tattoo from the waist up and then down my arms and down my back.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know. You just stop counting.
You guys have heard of an introvert. You've heard of an extrovert, but now prepare for the newest member of the personality group.
Of the verts?
Autrovert has entered the chat.
What's an autrovert?
It's somebody who doesn't identify as either. They don't. They're the outsider of both groups. They don't. They're the introverted extrovert, as it were, and vice versa. And even then, it goes beyond that.
Would that be just an average person?
That's kind of what I'm
saying.
thinking.
If you say this person's an extrovert, all of us have an idea of what they're going to be like. If you say this person's an introvert, we have an idea. But you don't use that for people that quote unquote just seem normal. So I would think, what is an orthovert? What?
Oh, Outrovert.
Outrovert. Get in here, outrovert.
The outsider of the two. But you know what? Let's dive into
How about a pervert?
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So I decided to take a little deep dive over here. This comes to us via yourtango.com as well as artfulparent.com. And I found the things that introverts enjoy that extroverts find physically painful, as well as the thing that extroverts enjoy that introverts can't stand.
Okay.
So we're just going to start reading down the list of both. So starting with the introverts, they love enjoying their own company more than most people's.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It says the big one that extroverts struggle to understand. Introverts genuinely enjoy being alone. We're not lonely. We're not sad. We're not waiting for someone to rescue us from our own company. We like ourselves. We like our thoughts. We like the quiet.
Sure.
Meanwhile, extroverts, they like talking through issues out loud at the very bottom of their list. For true introverts and homebodies, prioritizing mindfulness and solitude isn't just about promoting better mental health and physical health, but also opening up space for regulation, reflection, and critical thinking. Extroverts find talking about issues out loud and collaborating with others to solve problems much more fulfilling and enriching, but introverts need this space alone to be truly thoughtful, intentional, and creative.
That makes sense.
I kind of understand that because I tend to be more on the introverted side. If I'm in a group, I will tend to go with whatever the popular opinion is, the less confrontational method, as it were. Right. I don't want to challenge somebody else's opinion because then I have to defend my own, and I just don't care.
That's the thing. Like, generally, I don't care enough to have a big, long discussion about it.
Right. I know I'm right, but I just don't want to get into it with you.
I'm just laughing. I was at a couple summers ago. We're like hanging out, right? We're hanging out with Mike in his town. He's like, I picked out a bar for us. So we had like one beer in there, and it's like, hey, Mike, this bar's kind of weird. We should leave. And he's like, yeah, man.
Which one were we in?
I don't want to name it.
Yeah, I know you don't. I'm trying to remember where we were at. It was when I was in Tacoma, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was fun. It was just funny, though. You could tell, like, Mike took the time to be like, nope, I got a plan for it. The first place we went was great.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got 3 stops. The next one we went to was just like...
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this one got on.
Not there no more. It's completely different now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
It's gone.
Not shocked.
Yeah.
Last time I was
It'd
like...
been there for a minute, and it had really gone downhill.
Yeah. Put it to you this way. The last time I had been in this bar with other company, I was like, as soon as we walked in, I go, hey, man, I think they sell drugs out of here. I would just say there was a lot of people in matching outfits.
Yeah.
Let's see. Things that introverts enjoy. Surprise parties. Considering introverts hate being the center of attention, it's not surprising that surprise parties and birthday gatherings are one of the things that they can't stand. However, for extroverts, the drama, excitement, and attention are their favorite parts.
That makes absolute sense.
That would freak the living hell out of me.
My uncle, who I did see this weekend, he is a notorious introvert, and he went out to dinner with us a couple years ago when I still lived in Baltimore, and we were the equivalent of like a Chi-Chi's, but it wasn't Chi-Chi's. So I told the waitress it's his birthday. It's not. But just so they came out, they put a hat on his head and did the whole thing, and he just, was mortified. I thought it was great.
I think everyone's mortified by that move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it draws attention to you whether you want it or not.
And then people are clapping for you like, man, I just want to eat my food.
Look, I'm definitely pretty much an extrovert.
Yeah.
But having people sing happy birthday, I don't know why. Even for me, it's like, this is kind of uncomfortable.
Meanwhile,
and it's very nice.
It is. But yeah.
What if it's Marilyn Monroe?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
I try to put it out of my memory.
Thanks for bringing it back, Miles.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with introverts, they enjoy spending an entire weekend without leaving the house. Some weekends after a particularly draining week, I don't leave the apartment unless absolutely necessary. I cook, clean, play with their friends, work on personal projects, and just exist in my own space.
I mean, I think you can be both, right? Like, I like being extroverted and talking to people, but I very much value my alone time, too.
Yeah.
Sure. It just, I think with introverts, they'll rot there for a good long time, which after a few hours, maybe a couple days, you're like...
You need to get back out.
Jumping to get back out there.
That's why I like living alone. Because I can come back to my peace and quiet.
Sure.
If I want to go out and do my thing, I can. But at any moment, if I need to, I can get out of the situation and come home and it's peaceful and quiet.
You're right. Over the Thanksgiving break, like that Friday, I didn't do much. And it was great. It was just me watching ball.
Yeah.
But I was up at 8:30 and was at a tailgate by 9 a.m. I got to talk to people.
Extroverts like group projects. Whether they're in a workspace at school or even in their social lives at home, the group projects and collaborations are some of the things extroverts find enjoyable that introverts can't stand. Because people don't do their part.
That's what I like about them.
You don't have to do as
sit
much.
Back, don't do a damn thing.
Or just, hey, man, do all the hard stuff. I'll give the presentation.
There you go.
Or no, you aren't. Not you.
Right.
Or to say it in a group project. Oh, I'm scared to talk. But all right. Well,
Yeah,
just
typically the person
tell
that
me what
does
to say.
the heavy lifting in a group project is not the best person to speak to the class.
Next
right?
on the list for introverts, skipping the office party. Holiday parties, team building events, happy hours, extroverts live for these moments. They're energizing, fun, and a chance to bond with colleagues outside of work and of work tasks. Introverts, their work. You have to be on in a way. And yeah. Honestly, I think everybody likes skipping those parties from time to time.
It depends. I mean, we're kind of notorious, so if we were to get, pissed, drunk, face down, it almost doesn't matter. But some of our other coworkers, they're like that. That's just not the vibe we give off.
Right.
That's why they're so fun when you get them drunk.
Correct. It's fun to see that person that really cuts loose. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Wow.
Extroverts, they like talking to strangers. Whether it's at a coffee shop, while running errands, or at work, talking to strangers
Ted.
is fun. For fun is something extroverts find enjoyable that introverts can't stand. Ted will find himself in a bar, and he will know 4 people by the time we get in.
That's right.
The grocery store, for Christ's sake. It does not matter. Wherever we put you, it's like, oh, I'm making friends before I leave.
That's right.
That is what's going to happen.
I did it Friday to a guy in the elevator.
You met a man in the elevator.
Well, Eddie had a Jimmy John sub, and I said, "What's your regular go-to?" And he was like, "Actually, it's my first time." And I was like, "Oh, I think you're going to enjoy it. Like, I work for Jimmy John's."
Did you get a hot one or a cold one?
He got a turkey melt or tuna melt.
All right.
That's dead, though, man.
I know.
Meanwhile, introverts like taking long walks without headphones or company.
That's me.
Most mornings, I'm with you, bud. No music, no podcast,
Nope,
no
don't
phone
need any
calls.
of that crap.
Right.
Man, I just need to get out there and beat some pavement.
My wife will call me insane because I will drive home in complete silence. I will
Really?
drive without the radio on. There is no podcast going. There's no music going. I'm just sitting there to my thoughts.
Oh, I jam
all
the
the way
tunes in
home.
the car, but if I'm out walking around, I just want to experience what's around me.
Dude, my buddy, he the one I went on the cruise on, he was like, dude, we were on a plane for 9 straight hours, and he is a tech guy.
Yeah.
So he's like, I have like 15 computers. I have to be stimulated. He said, you sat in the chair and did nothing. I said, well, what am I going to do? He's like, you did not read anything. You were not listening to anything. It's like, I kept checking to see if you were awake. Like, you were wide awake. I'm like, I know.
Just decompressing.
I said, but I was like, there's nothing to do, so I just kind of turned my brain off and leave my eyes open.
Next thing introverts like, canceling plans at the last minute and feeling relieved instead of guilty. I disagree. Introverts like when plans are canceled.
Yes.
I don't want to be the one to do it.
You don't want to have to do it, right.
But, if you give me a phone call when we were supposed to, meet up on Sunday and you say, hey, I'm not going to make it down there, I'm a little relieved. Love you.
Yeah.
Would love to see you.
Cool.
I'm okay not having any company on Sunday afternoon. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I like the honesty,
I
though.
don't want company coming over. I'll meet up with you somewhere.
I would
Yeah.
prefer
How's
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, we wouldn't even know. Because here's the thing. Once somebody comes over to your house, it's really hard to get them to leave sometimes. There's no easy way to say that.
Yes.
So when you do have people over, you're like, are you going to get the F out of here? Or what? But they, like, oh, I'm just going to watch the rest of this game like it's 35-7.
Right.
We don't need to watch why don't we go out and watch the rest of the game in a bar?
I've been floating by the front door trying to get you to catch the
Right.
hint that I'm ushering you out for like 5 minutes
Let's
now.
go have fun.
Let's go.
I mean, I see my house.
Meanwhile, extroverts, they like after-work plans, especially for introverted people who already work in an office and have a million micro interactions with coworkers and peers every day. The 5 to 9 schedule after work needs to be solitary. Let's see here. Meanwhile, with extroverts, they kind of like having something going on after work.
Of course they do, yeah.
Hell yeah. But then I'll give you this. This is the number one thing that extroverts love that drive introverts absolutely insane. Large crowds. Most
Yeah.
people yearn for deeper connections and more meaningful relationships in their everyday lives, but that doesn't mean extroverts don't also enjoy large crowds, bustling parties, and huge social events. While introverts thrive on having a far less expansive social circle, extroverts appreciate bringing in new people, indulging in small talk, and putting time into more superficial connections.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the number one thing that introverts like that just extroverts find physically painful. Spending Friday night at home doing absolutely nothing. After a long week of work meetings and managing a household, there's nothing that this person loves more than a quiet Friday evening. Instead of suggesting that anybody goes out, they're already comfortable in clothes cooking dinner on the stove. Or even better, you have it ordered in. It's coming in. You don't got to go nowhere.
I'm the opposite. I don't know why.
Why?
I just get antsy on Friday nights. I feel like I should be doing something. And if I'm not going out, it's like one Friday, I remember I was
my life.
Yeah, I was in the grocery store for like 45 minutes, just trying to. I was like, I don't know, got to do something.
Go to the grocery store.
Yeah, look at the seafood.
A man in Connecticut was arrested for carjacking, but there was something familiar about the car that he stole, Miles.
What was familiar?
Tell you about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast 46-year-old Jason Smith, no relation to D-Ted, of Woodsfield, Ohio. This is an unfortunate guy, and they say, look, if you're still not banking online, it's a lot more convenient, and it can help you avoid little annoyances like this thing that happened to our friend Jason. So Jason, he was using the bank's AirTube system last Wednesday. All right, you pull up the tube, come shooting down. And he did whatever his transaction was supposed to be. Unfortunately, and he did not realize this at the time, he accidentally dropped a small baggie of meth into the cash container.
He probably calls it methy.
Methy, yeah. Well, guess what? When it showed up inside of the bank called it in. And then the cops tracked Jason down because, see, it's a bank and they have the surveillance cameras there. So they searched his car and found even more drugs. No word yet on the exact charges that he's facing. But it's just the thing. He did not realize that he'd accidentally dropped that baggie of meth into the vacuum tube. Tellers get it, and they're like, that is methamphetamine.
He's depositing straight cash.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he did. So come on, Jason. You're better than that. So let's drink. We pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the top.
What'd you have to
And
open up that
down the throat.
What do you got over there?
To party in our tummy. You never worked at a bar before.
Down the hole of a Joel.
Wow, they got a little mixed up last Friday, and we decided we needed to clean up today.
That's probably
We
not
just
a bad
kinda
call.
forgot.
Yeah, you know. When's the last time those things got cleaned?
Too long, Steve.
I mean, before you just did it, but I mean...
It had been a minute, but I think
months?
Mike was very good about keeping them in the same glasses.
Yeah.
And the glass order got screwed up on Friday.
Aha, okay.
So we had
that
to-
makes sense.
I think that was my
Shot
bad.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Did you shoot it up, man?
I'm pretty sure I did.
right.
No, I gave us the right ones.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on. We'll take our shot.
Hey, did you guys see that the Waymo automated car just ignored all the police?
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a serial killer realizes that his wood chipper can also be used as a mulcher. But first, a man was fatally mauled by a grizzly bear early this morning in front of his family.
That is terrifying, man. It's terrible that his family had to see that.
It is. 37-year-old Mario Hollander was attacked by the bear before the bear disappeared into the surrounding woods. But his family says that Mario died doing what he loved.
What did he love doing?
According to his family, Mario loved bear wrestling. To each their own. Rest in peace, Mr. Hollander.
Or rest in peace is.
Let me ask you, my friend, how would you die if you died doing what you love?
Yeah, I can't die doing what I love.
What do you mean you can't die doing what you love?
I love living, man, so I can't die doing what I love.
Okay, well, you do understand that one day you will die in spite of your love for living.
Yeah, but I'm going to die doing what I hate.
What do you hate?
Dying, Stone.
Ah.
If you were to die doing what you love, what are you doing, Playboy?
I'd be with my lovely wife.
Yeah, Playboy, play a little stink finger.
Felix, not like that. What even is steak finger? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
You're lost, Playboy.
Anyway, if I died doing what I love, I'd be with my wife.
Yeah.
Stop! I'd be with my wife, staring at the night sky in a small village we once visited in France.
That's sweet, man.
Thank you, Felix.
Yeah, man, you and your wife adorable, Playboy. Boring, but adorable.
Okay, Mr. I Love Living. If you were to die doing the part of living that you love most, what are you doing?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'd join you and your wife in that French village, looking at the night sky with you.
That's very flattering, but I don't want you with me and my wife in the French village.
I'm kidding, man. That sounds terrible. Nah, I'd be in a king-size bed with Yolanda.
Yolanda? Who's this Yolanda?
She's this woman I know with a particular set of skills, man. Also, she has 3 breasts, 1 leg, and likes to play stink finger.
That's how you'd go out? Playing this... what is it?
Stink finger.
Playing stink finger with a 3-breasted, 1-legged woman named Yolanda.
Yeah, man. Hypothetically.
I used to play stink finger.
What?
Stink finger. I used to play stink finger.
Why are you bringing this up right now, Bonnie?
I was gonna bring it up a minute ago, but you said that you didn't want to know what stink finger is.
I don't! I don't want to know what stink finger is!
Well, I'm not gonna tell you what stink finger is. I just wanted to say that I understand why Felix would want to be playing stink finger if he died suddenly. Because I've played stink finger.
Thank you, Bonnie. I've got it. Thank you for your unsolicited insight.
You're welcome.
This is ridiculous. So, in the perfect world, you would die in a bed with this Yolanda character while playing this stink finger game of yours.
That is correct, Stone.
Not surrounded by loved ones or friends and family.
What? Nah, man, my loved ones would be there too.
In bed with you?
And Yolanda, yeah.
You are a disturbing individual.
Nah, man, just carrying on the family tradition. I was a child when my great-great-grandfather Chester died, in bed with Yolanda, playing stink finger.
You were there?
Whole family was, man. That's when I knew I wanted to go out like great-great-grandpa Chester.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Look, it beats being mauled by a grizzly bear, Playboy.
Agreed. Which, if you're just joining us, is our top story. A local man was mauled by a grizzly bear in the early morning hours. We'll be back next hour.
From coast to coast.
And Stephen Thrill Hill, could you please start everyone out? Profile, this is Play.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Now, our caller has since dropped off the line, so you gentlemen will be competing against one another. And today we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. Bite me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally today, seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence.
Let's go Bite Me.
Just eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it.
All right, right, as the story goes, when you start scarfing down a cup of noodles, obviously you're in the mood for ramen. However, there's something other than the noodles that get the fans really excited. In fact, it is called mystery meat. Mystery meat is what cup noodle maker Nissin calls those little mealy cubes that you'll find floating in the broth of Japan's most popular brand of instant ramen. So strong is the love for the mystery meat that in 2018, after they tweeted a photo of the mystery meat-topped rice bowl, the public immediately responded with cries for the company to actually release such a product. So, to appease the masses, they whipped up a limited quantity batch of mystery meatballs. That is what they were called, mystery meatballs. And guess what? They made 10,000 units available, and they all sold out in 1.6 seconds.
Damn.
Once they put these things online, people bought them all. Now, clearly, the people were hungry for more mystery meatballs, and now the noodle maker, they're finally ready to fulfill that desire this month. Not only is the mystery meat returning to the Cup Meshi lineup, it'll no longer just be an online exclusive item. It will instead be sold in supermarkets all over Japan. So if you're wondering how Japan, a country that prides itself on high quality of its ingredients, can be so enthusiastic about gobbling up something called mystery meat, well, no one knows. All right? So the question is, what is the meat in mystery meat? Because again, that is the brand name they're putting on this. Is it pork, beef, chicken, or duck? What is the meat of the mystery meat? Pork, beef, chicken, or duck?
And it's sold all over, not just in certain countries.
I believe just in Japan. I'm not sure if they're releasing it here, but in Japan it's huge. I mean, it's called mystery meat.
I'm going pork.
Pork?
Yeah, that's where I was leaning to there, Miles. But you know what? I'm going to go rogue and go duck on this one.
Duck.
Yeah, and duck, to me, looks different than you think it's going to taste.
Yes.
So I'm with Mike. I say duck, man.
Duck. Duck, man.
Duck.
What is the mystery meat? Is it pork, beef, chicken, or duck? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
news and thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is Bite Me Out Profile. This we head over to Japan, where they've got a cup of noodle soup company over there. That includes a mystery meat bowl. They don't tell you what the meat is, but I guess consumers have asked. Either way, they sell out. But the question is, what is their version of mystery meat? Is it pork, beef, chicken, or duck?
Let us start with, let's see. Let's start with Mike Hawk and Ted Smith. Both of you agreed that it was duck. It was not duck. Why did you think it was duck?
Just because, again, I know what duck tastes like. Just the meat looks different than I expected.
That's fair.
Because it's, foul.
And then Miles, you went with pork.
I went pork.
And you are correct.
That's the best meat, I think, in the soup.
Yeah.
If you get pho or whatever, pork's pretty good. Gives it a different flavor.
I prefer pork over beef. That's for sure.
Chicken is just bland.
Chicken just tastes like whatever you put it
anything to the pho.
You got to cook, right? You got to add spices and cook it up.
But you had to do a lot of digging to find out that it was just pork. Because the whole thing is mystery meat. And I guess the fans of this mystery meat, they don't even ask what it is.
Like when I think hot dogs, when I think sausage, when I think all these things.
Mystery meat.
Yeah, just like you don't want to know. Just ground up.
Yeah, don't ask.
Now for all TV news all the time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
You got Weekend Update. Bill Maher. Stephen Colbert. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title these guys have teams and talents, writers helping come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine. Is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
New study finds that the best city for retirees is Orlando, Florida, while the worst city for retirees is Slippery Bathtub, Wisconsin.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll say Weekend Update.
Weekend Update.
A new study finds that the best city in the country for retirees is Orlando, Florida, while the worst city for retirees is Slippery Bathtub, Wisconsin.
7-Eleven is now selling the popular Japanese-style egg salad sandwich, which is just a regular egg salad sandwich with very strict parents.
Seth.
I'll say Weekend Update.
Weekend Update.
7-Eleven is now selling the popular Japanese-style egg salad sandwich, which is just a regular egg salad sandwich with very strict parents.
President Trump on Friday received the first ever FIFA Peace Prize, or as everyone else calls it, a participation trophy.
Ted Smith.
Colbert.
Smith! A growing number of studies show that watching short-form videos can lead to mental cognition problems. So if you're watching this on TikTok...
Weekend Update.
Yeah, Weekend Update.
Yeah.
A growing number of studies show that watching short-form videos can lead to mental cognition problems. So if you're watching this on TikTok...
Columbia Sportswear has introduced a new line of Star Wars-based rain ponchos like the ones worn by the Rebels in The Return of the Jedi, guaranteed to keep you and all women dry as hell.
I'm guessing Michael Chase. Specifically.
Yeah, that's it.
Columbia Sportswear has introduced a new line of Star Wars-based rain ponchos like the ones worn by the Rebels in Return of the Jedi, guaranteed to keep you and all women dry as hell.
You know they'll sell, though.
Oh, of course.
Sure. People love that stuff. I got to look up what that looks like.
It's just like a green poncho.
Would you recognize it if you saw somebody down the street like, oh, cool, he looks like a Jedi?
I'm not sure that I would immediately equate it to Star Wars. You know?
I'd have to say it that
it just looks like a cheap green poncho.
Oh, sweet Jedi jacket, jackass.
Hey, they weren't all Jedi, man. They were rebels.
The rebels.
I understand. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of camo-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think Star Wars to be like, you're broke.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. We all know Jane Seymour, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
She was a Bond babe.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call them? Bond women? She was definitely the
Is it just Bond ladies? What are they?
Of James Bond in one movie back in the day. Anyhow, Jane Seymour has been attractive for years.
Yeah,
Right.
she's been a teller at many a spank bank.
But I think for a lot of us, we know her as Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Of course.
She's 74, but even she says, she's like, I got to remind myself how old I am because inside I still feel like I'm maybe 40 or 50, maybe 40. And basically, she just shared, like, what's her secrets, right? Because I think a lot of people still look at her and go, and you've seen her on those commercials with the open heart.
Yeah,
That's
right. That's
is.
her, sure.
She said, nonstop working and challenge yourself. Said, I work 12, 14-hour days on set and keep up with everyone. I don't need cue cards. I learn pages after pages, and I have a lot of energy. I keep working. I keep pushing myself to be better because I love what I do, and it keeps me young.
What is she acting in now?
I'm not sure.
I got to Google that.
She's also English. So she could be doing stage or something. I feel like English actors always have like a special place in their heart for theater. Whereas a lot of American actors are just kind of movie stars, which isn't nothing bad against them.
Right.
I get it, but it's awesome. And I think, for her, for anybody that, you know what I mean? I think when people age, that is a big thing. Try to stay active. I mean, look, you might only
also you have the time to do it.
Right. You might be in your early 50s or 60s and already have retired. Like, it's just hard. You know what I mean? People get used to routines.
Yeah,
and then when you don't have that work routine or whatever, you're kind of like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah, people get bored a lot.
Yeah.
Pick up new hobbies.
If you go to the gym, man, you'll see the guys and the girls that are younger that are in there all the time.
Yeah.
And then all of the retired people who go in there and do their workout, religiously, almost every day.
Yeah.
So, good on it.
Yeah. I told you, I met a guy recently that basically turned his garage into a butcher shop.
Retired?
He retired, right? Early 60s. He, did well, but he's just like, I really
gotta
like
do
it.
something.
Right. And he kind of just got hyper focused and was like, I'm going to these butchers all the time. Like, maybe I'll just learn how to make stuff.
Yeah. Buy a half cow.
When I was working on a lot of the car auction, we had drivers that were out there. Half of them were temp, the other half were just elderly retired folks that they needed something to do throughout the day.
Now that seems dangerous, having to drive. Mike.
I know.
Yeah,
of all
but,
the things.
They did okay.
With the Lamborghini. Oh, God.
Oh, no, not Eddie.
The Lamborghini's in the showroom.
Oh, it's funny. My
said he could drive a
sister-in-law-
stick.
My sister-in-law, she's retired, right? So talking to my brother, I'm like, oh, what's she up? She's still playing bass. He's like, not bass anymore. Now she's playing keyboard.
All right.
But she's still drawing, she still paints, and still writing children's books. This is what she does to occupy her time. It's crazy.
Yeah. I have friends, right? Especially if you know somebody that was in the military or...
Oh, yeah.
You start other stuff when you're 18. Like, they could be my age, mid-40s, and they're already retired, and they're like, I got to find something else to do.
I got to get away.
Yeah.
She's driving me nuts.
I have one buddy that it was the opposite. I think his wife finally said, you need to get a job.
Either way.
You're driving me
Yeah,
insane.
no, seriously. It's one of the two.
The guy, Jade Seymour, sharing some secrets on how to stay younger. She says, spending time with family and having active friends. I have grandchildren of my own, some of which are in their early 40s. And then she said, look, just hang out with other people. Doesn't matter if you're the old one or the young one.
Yeah.
And she's right. Stay active, do stuff.
Yeah, kids will keep you young.
Yeah, and look.
They will gray your hair, but just physically to keep up with it. We're constantly doing stuff.
And I'm not even saying you got to have a group of friends you go hiking with or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just as simple as a group of friends you go to see shows with or walk around.
Right.
Just do something, right?
Yeah. Book clubs, card night, whatever.
Right. Almost anybody you'd be guilty of it. It's very easy to just sit in the house and just watch TV and kind of melt away. Then last, she said, don't dismiss new things. Embrace them. Join in. Which is hard to do. You know what I mean?
The older you get, the tougher it gets, for sure.
Right. And, there's that old saying, you can't teach old dog new tricks. That's false. People just don't teach old dogs.
Yeah, no.
So as a human being, you need to be smart enough to go, all right, this is going to suck learning something, but I want to learn it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could do it. What's the thing? You need 10,000 hours or something to become an expert or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But you see it a ton. Hell, look at some of these actors or ex-athletes that do stuff, and you're like, holy cow. So stay active. And there might be something new you don't even like, right?
That's all right.
Yeah, get into it. Go out there, do something. A little bit of sports over the weekend. I know what everybody's clamoring about. There's a new F1 champion. It's Lando Norris.
Yeah, of course.
He did not win the race. Max won the race, but Lando did win. Kind of exciting, though, to have F1 come down to the final weekend and the race actually matter. Because a lot of times it's already decided before they get there.
Yeah.
I would also say Saturday, you had college football championship games. And then Sunday morning, the rankings came out. Everybody's all upset and pissed off. Look, I will just tell you my 2 cents on it. I've already talked to people today, and like our boss was saying, he's like, well, Notre Dame's such a big brand. I said, aha, then just call it that. We're doing the big brand.
That's a brand.
If you're doing a playoff matchup, they should not have lost 2 games. The only 2 games they had against ranked opponents, right? Same with, look, Texas. I like Texas as well as like a third alternate team. They lost a bad game to Florida. Don't lose that game.
Right.
And it's in that committee, you have stuff written in there. Now, look, I think we also have to be realistic. Those group of 5 teams, Tulane, as my brother said, has a puncher's chance because they've already played Ole Miss this year. But let's be honest, James Madison ain't winning a game.
No, you know that.
And James Madison wouldn't fare, James Madison, you put him against Texas right now, who didn't even get in. Texas could have wiped the floor with them.
Absolutely.
But it's still all, in my mind, good for the sport. You got a lot of people talking about it. And then second of all, it was only not that long ago, 15, 20 years ago, we'd sit around and bitch and moan because you'd have undefeated and we had to base it on people voting just who wins. At least now there's an actual tournament.
Correct.
And you see it. And I, for one, I'm excited. You have a bunch of games coming up.
Well,
on
James
the
Madison ran the table. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be.
Like, what the
I don't think
hell
it's
is
going to
that?
happen, but it would be cool.
But they have the opportunity to do it.
I also just think it's a ridiculous move out of Notre Dame to say we're not playing in any bowl games, right? And again, I always just go back to college football, right? And they cry and moan about it's for the student athletes, Well, let them get 3 weeks of practice, right? Like let those 2s and 3s on your team get some work, and then also like your universities can make more money. And then nobody should feel bad for Notre Dame. They have their own private little deal with NBC. Mm-hmm. They join the ACC for every other sport, but not for football because we're better than you are. And also Notre Dame, it ain't the 70s. The whole country doesn't care about you anymore. I don't know if you paid attention. It's a lot to do with the SEC and Big Ten right now.
Yeah.
So I just don't feel bad they got left out, but it's a good thing. Now, on the better news that everybody agrees on, Seahawks are a real football team.
Yes, they are.
Still a little worried about the offense there, but Jesus, that defense is fun to watch. Mm-hmm. I had the pleasure of indoctrination. Basically, I'd gone to a party. We had all spent the night
Indoctrinating?
there. Right. And one guy that was there, he's English. He lives in Cornwall, England. So we're like, all right, buddy, we're going to watch some NFL football. So the first half, he's just like, I don't get it. You guys, you just kicked the ball? And then we came in from halftime. They're scoring and they're running back a touchdown. I said, oh, get ready. So they scored a bunch of touchdowns. He's like, all right, I'm still not sure it's my thing. And I was like, don't worry, I'm putting on Red Zone next.
That wasn't enough for you. Try this.
Right. I finally left after we watched every touchdown from every game at the end of the Red Zone. He's like, is it over now? And I said, well, there's one more game, but I'm leaving. You don't have to watch it. But it was kind of funny seeing his impression of American football. Yeah, I know. Look, I like to introduce everybody to the sport, Mike. I like it. Yeah.
Whether they want to or not.
Well, yeah.
What else is on? Nothing's competing with that.
Right. And then, trust me, trying to explain the college football playoff to him and why it mattered and why does college even matter was a whole other story. But interesting stuff. And speaking of football, good news, Dom, if you could hear me. One more game tonight, buddy. You got the Chargers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a serial killer realizes that his wood chipper can also be used as a mulcher. But first, a man was fatally mauled by a grizzly bear early this morning in front of his family.
That is terrifying, man. It's terrible that his family had to see that.
It is. 37-year-old Mario Hollander was attacked by the bear before the bear disappeared into the surrounding woods. But his family says that Mario died doing what he loved.
What did he love doing?
According to his family, Mario loved bear wrestling. To each their own. Rest in peace, Mr. Hollander.
Or rest in peace is.
Let me ask you, my friend, how would you die if you died doing what you love?
Yeah, I can't die doing what I love.
What do you mean you can't die doing what you love?
I love living, man, so I can't die doing what I love.
Okay, well, you do understand that one day you will die in spite of your love for living.
Yeah, but I'm gonna die doing what I hate.
What do you hate?
Dying, Stone.
Ah.
If you were to die doing what you love, what are you doing, Playboy?
I'd be with my lovely wife.
Yeah, Playboy, play little stink finger.
Felix! Not like that! What even is stink finger? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
You're lost, Playboy.
Anyway, if I died doing what I love, I'd be with my wife.
Yeah.
Stop! I'd be with my wife, staring at the night sky in a small village we once visited in France.
That's sweet, man.
Thank you, Felix.
Yeah, man, you and your wife adorable, Playboy. Boring, but adorable.
Okay, Mr. I Love Living. If you were to die doing the part of living that you love most, what are you doing?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'd join you and your wife in that French village, looking at the night sky with you.
That's very flattering, but I don't want you with me and my wife in the French village.
I'm kidding, man. That sounds terrible. Nah, I'd be in a king-size bed with Yolanda.
Yolanda? Who's this Yolanda?
She's this woman I know with a particular set of skills, man. Also, she has 3 breasts, 1 leg, and likes to play stink finger.
That's how you'd go out? Playing this... what is it?
Stink finger.
Playing stink finger with a 3-breasted, 1-legged woman named Yolanda.
Yeah, man. Hypothetically.
I used to play stink finger.
What?
Stink finger. I used to play stink finger.
Why are you bringing this up right now, Bonnie?
I was gonna bring it up a minute ago, but you said that you didn't want to know what stink finger is.
I don't! I don't want to know what stink finger is!
Well, I'm not gonna tell you what stink finger is. I just wanted to say that I understand why Felix would want to be playing stink finger if he died suddenly. Because I've played stink finger.
Thank you, Bonnie. I've got it. Thank you for your unsolicited insight.
You're welcome.
This is ridiculous. So, in the perfect world, you would die in a bed with this Yolanda character while playing this stink finger game of yours.
That is correct, Stone.
Not surrounded by loved ones or friends and family.
What? Nah, man, my loved ones would be there too.
In bed with you?
And Yolanda, yeah.
You are a disturbing individual.
Nah, man, just carrying on the family tradition. I was a child when my great-great-grandfather Chester died, in bed with Yolanda, playing stink finger.
You were there?
Whole family was, man. That's when I knew I wanted to go out like great-great-grandpa Chester.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Look, it beats being mauled by a grizzly bear, Playboy.
Agreed. Which, if you're just joining us, is our top story. A local man was mauled by a grizzly bear in the early morning hours. We'll be back next hour.
With Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida man is pulled over with guns, night vision goggles, a battering ram, and weed in his car.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, firefighters rescue a dog after wandering out on a frozen lake just a little too far. Man is arrested for carjacking, steals the same car again. A kidney transplant patient has no idea his life was about to end. And a black bear walks the route at a Tennessee Christmas parade. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We go to Connecticut where the thieves are relentless. A report came in of a carjacking in which a man followed a woman home and approached her after she had parked her car. After she got out of the vehicle, he pushed her, took her key fob, and then stole the vehicle. Side note, bad form, but effective. The car was later recovered by officials, but our man had one key piece to the puzzle. He still had the fob, which was what he used to steal the car a second time. Eventually, the car was tracked down once again at a local gas station, and our boy was arrested without incident. He was found in possession of fentanyl and crack cocaine at the time of his arrest,
That
which
explains a lot.
he will have to answer for, as well as the 2 theft charges. So he steals it one time. He ends up away from it when they find it, so they recover it. But he's like, I know exactly where that thing's going to be.
Dude, come on, man.
And it was an old Honda Civic. Like, no disrespect to it. It's a good, long-standing car.
Right, but if you're going to run the risk of going to jail, steal a Lamborghini.
You already got arrested for carjacking.
Right.
They just let you out and you go back and you steal the same car. Like if you stolen a different car, they might not know it's you again.
Right.
But you stole the same one.
Right.
Well,
You had
remember,
the fob.
Fentanyl and crack
Yeah.
does not improve your decision making.
No, man, it's perfect. I've already got the fob. I can just take it. Gotta do nothing.
It's kind of funny. He was like, oh, screw it. I'll just take the same one.
Yeah.
They'll never guess.
In other news, we covered this earlier today. Wild story out of Ohio. A man found himself in the hospital in need of a kidney transplant. The procedure went off without a hitch. They received the kidney from a man that suddenly passed in Idaho, and he was well on his way to a new lease on life. Unfortunately, something wasn't quite right, and he found himself in the hospital once again, this time exhibiting symptoms consistent with rabies. Given that he didn't have any encounters with animals in recent memory, they did a little digging and found the culprit to be his organ donor. The man had been found dead of a presumed cardiac arrest about 5 weeks after he was scratched by a skunk. They tested a serum sample of the donor, which didn't turn up the rabies antibodies. However, an archived biopsy of the kidney was positive for the virus. Sadly, our patient did succumb to the virus, but he also likely saved the lives of others, as the donor had also had his heart, lungs, and corneas removed to be donated, 2 of which were donated to a school for science, and then the corneas actually had found homes that they were then able to get in there and like, okay, we need to...
You do not want these eyeballs. They have rabies.
Yeah.
What I mean, just I saw that and I'm like, this is insane, right? So they say the average wait is 3 to 5 years.
Right.
You know, for kidney donating, you have the blood types, all the stuff. It's the longest waiting list because that seems to be the organ most often. So you finally, hey, good news. We have the kidney you've been waiting on. You're like, cool. The surgery itself is a success. So when you wake up, they're like, hey, man, it went without a hitch.
Great.
And then you die of rabies.
Right.
I mean, just like, what the F,
It's like, and I don't even have a cool story of like fighting off something.
No.
Defending my family. I got a kidney transplant and now I have doggone rabies.
I got a rabid kidney.
Yeah.
That's on no one's bingo card.
And the fact that it didn't show up, like they had a biopsy that came up positive for the, like.
I was wondering about that too.
I want to see how this all shakes out to where that got missed.
If I'm going to get rabies, I'm going to get bit by like an animal.
That's what we're saying. I mean, you want to earn them.
Exactly.
I want to get bit by a bat. It's like a virgin who has an STD. Like, I haven't even done the thing
Right, I
to
got it
earn
from
this.
like a toilet. It's like, well, at least I got bit by that fox.
Right. And like I get it, like they're not going to test every organ that they've got in there for rabies, just in case.
I wouldn't think to check for rabies, to be fair.
But it's like none of this came up. He just died of a sudden cardiac arrest. Then again, it was like 5 weeks after he got scratched.
Yeah,
which is just a scratch from a skunk.
God, that is insane to me.
Yeah. So
you got a rabid kidney.
Great. Now that's what we need. People afraid to get the transplant that's going to save their lives.
Did you check it for rabies?
Right. I saw a story one time.
Right.
And what was it like? There's like 50 cases globally of people that have survived the rabies virus.
It's right.
By the time they find it, you're screwed.
Right. It's pretty fatalist.
Yeah. To Tennessee, where parades get interesting. We covered this one as well. Gatlinburg was holding its 50th annual Fantasy of Lights Christmas parade with all the townsfolk lining the streets to enjoy a little holiday cheer. But along with marching bands, floats, and candy canes, spectators were also treated to the sight of a black bear that eventually came wandering down the parade route. It's not clear just how long it walked along the route, but it eventually was spotted somewhere down the line enjoying some trash following the parade.
Yeah.
Nobody was injured. In fact, a social media page joked that he should have been made the grand marshal of the event.
If that's what the bear had wanted, that's what would have happened.
I'm just amazed that many people stuck around there. Maybe it's a show of force. Maybe everybody's just kind of frozen in place. If a bear is walking that close in proximity, I'm moving.
Yeah, but
I mean,
no one
you
really
can see some people as he gets closer, but when he's just walking down the street, again, I think everybody's just kind of like, what? Like, if you just get up and panic, it seems like it would scare it.
Right. You don't want to spook the animal.
Nobody did that. Like the people that move, they move slower than you would if you thought a car was coming down the street.
Yeah.
They just kind of backed up maybe 2 or 3 steps, and I'm like, man, I'd have continued walking backwards until I was home.
You got to know that front row, the people that fought to get there in that front spot.
Got there early?
Yeah. All of a sudden they're getting the full experience right there.
Yeah, good job.
Doggone it. We go to Baltimore County, where one fire employee had to be that coworker. He's currently being investigated for inappropriate behavior at work after he allegedly made videos of himself masturbating in public areas at multiple firehouses in the county. After this was brought to light, departments initiated hazmat cleaning of all career stations and fire department offices in the public safety building, as well as working to replace all station ice machines in response to the allegations.
Jeez, man.
Don't screw it up at work.
Come on. The ice machine.
Right. We're all sitting here. Look, it's a long time. We get it. It's a long shift. Do you really have to? Okay. Crime and Nedley. You can't just hold on. All right.
That's so gross.
I know.
It is.
He did it everywhere.
He did.
Everywhere.
The point that they have to bring a doggone hazmat team in. But just in case that story left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to New Hampshire, where another rescue has happened. Officials got a call that a dog had wandered out onto the ice of a local lake and fell through into the cold water below. They quickly dispatched a crew that arrived on the scene ready to help. Multiple photos were taken of the crew making their way onto the ice with one and protective gear, jumping into the water to lift the dog to safety. They were able to get the pooch back to dry land, where he's recovering well. He'll be just fine.
All right.
Why the hell was that dog out there on the ice?
I don't know.
What are we doing, kids? What are we doing?
Or you're going to follow your dog out there?
Right.
No. I'm going to try to call him back. Like, I'm not walking out there with him.
Chasing a duck. It's not happening, man. It's not doggone happening. Men's Room Sports, as Ted said, Monday Night Football's underway over on ABC and ESPN, and we've got hockey on NHL Network, as well as the Kraken hosting the Minnesota Wild here at home tonight. Puck drops at 7 over on Kong. As far as your weather, it's going to be raining in the high 40s until we meet again.
Oh.
That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Hey, do us a favor. Go to KISW.com. $25 puts a brand new coat for a kid here in Washington State who needs one.
Yes, indeed. Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, she is.
Meantime, we're getting all about this bitch. So, until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.